Welcome. My name is Violetta Alexis. I am a professional tarot reader and studying to become a professional Western tropical astrologer. We're going to be doing tarot card readings today. Keep in mind that these are general readings, so make sure that you're checking for your sun, moon, rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. Also, keep in mind that if you are a first-time super chatter and you are interested in asking a super chat question, you can visit my website, www.violettaalexis.com, and look under Super Chat Rules. After you click Super Chat Rules, you will be able to see all of the information that you are most likely looking for on that page. Also, while you are there, make sure that you book a personal reading with me if you are feeling called to do so. Of course, if you are interested in exclusive content, exclusive access, and exclusive videos, you can go ahead and join my members program, which I have right here in YouTube. It is $4.99 and up. You can just click the link in my bio where it says join and become a member. Or you can go straight to my YouTube page and you can click the join button. And if you have not already done so, make sure that you are following my Instagram and or my Twitter. I do offer exclusive services specifically on my Instagram where I do take super chat questions if you don't catch me live. This is exclusive to my Instagram page, and all of that information can be found right down in the description box below. Also, there's something new that I have not spoken to you guys about yet. I've been kind of keeping this under wraps. I'm working with a company called Gigastar Technologies, and this is an opportunity for you guys to potentially make revenue off of my YouTube revenue. There will be things like a personalized Discord and other perks that are going to be exclusive to you guys. All you would need to do is sign up now, and then the whole program goes live on October 10th. This is for a very limited time, and all of the questions that you have will be available on the offering page. If this is something that you're interested in, all you need to do is click the link in my description box below where it says become a personalized part of my channel with Gigastar, and then you can sign up, and all of the information that you require is going to be right there. Thank you so much, dragons, for being a part of my channel. I love you so much, and let's go ahead and get started. Hey, hi guys, how are you doing? How goes it? What is good? It's so nice to see your gorgeous faces. I know they're gorgeous even though I can't see them because you are a subscriber of me and we're all adorable over here. What's good? What's up, Vanessa? Hey, Perky. Hey, Stacy. Hey, Madison. Hey, Rosie. Hey, Rick. Hey, Brandon. Hey, Jessica. Aw, hi, guys. How are you? Welcome. So obviously, as you guys probably saw, we're going to be doing a tarot astrology fusion. So I'm going to be mixing tarot and astrology like I've done in the past. I decided to do it again. So we're going to go ahead and talk about Pluto, which is direct as of tonight. I think it went direct Eastern time, like I want to say 8:20, don't quote me on that. And then it's going to move into Aquarius on March 23rd, 2024, I believe. So we are going to be dealing with Pluto through Capricorn a little bit longer until it ingresses into Aquarius, which Aquarius deals more with the people and friends and community and things of that nature. So one last hoorah until until Pluto goes retrograde again and goes back into Capricorn. I think it's late 2024. So we've been in for a hell of a ride. If you guys have any Earth placements in the late degrees, I would say maybe anywhere from 25 to 29, you guys will be experiencing a trine. So this is a very harmonious aspect. So you're going to be getting some love up from Pluto. My Virgo sun is at 28, almost 29 degrees. So I've been experiencing this trine on my sun for a while now. Ego deaths and transformations all around. And while it has hurt like shit, it's great. So luckily my Pluto's in Scorpio. Alrighty. What's up, Miracle? How are you? So, yeah, guys, of course, I'm taking super chat questions tonight as well. I'm going to try and make this quite fast. I also want to let you guys know that I am now selling some of the tarot decks that I have here. It's on my website on violettaalexis.com. If you guys want crystals, jewelry, if you guys want ritual kits for new moon, full moon, anything like that, or some kind of tarot decks, or even some of the ones that I'm using, you can, of course, visit my website, violettaalexis.com, and you guys can just click on shop, or you can also book a reading with me, so keep that in mind. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, Aries. I definitely don't want that notebook right in your face. Let me put this down here with all of the rest of my junk. Okay, all right. I love that you fuse the two. It's exactly how I do my own readings. No wonder your readings were... Aw, Madison, I love you. Thank you so much for saying that. That means a lot. I got my tea at the last minute. Thank you very much. Okay. Oh, also, you guys, today was the drop for Gigastar. Okay, do you guys remember? I posted a video today letting you guys know a little bit more information around it. It drops today. It does not last long. If you want in on this and you want a chance to make potential revenue from my YouTube channel, then you can go ahead and click on the first link that you see in the description. Right down below. So where it says become more of a personalized part of my channel with Gigastar, click that, join, take a look at the offering page and see if that's something that you're interested in. Okay? All right, let's do it. Let's talk about your facial expression on your thumbnail though, V. I mean, you know, we are also having a solar eclipse in Libra that's coming up on the 14th. That video for all signs is posted, but it is for members only. So if you want to become a member, it's going to be at tier 2 and above for astrology readings. Okay, so it's solar eclipse in Libra, all signs. That is posted for members only. If you're interested in that, that will also be in the description box below. So let's go ahead and do this. All right, so that's going to be right in my face. Definitely not into that. Right. All right. Let me just make sure that we're on. Yeah. Okay. Can we not show like the lipstick? Can we not show the lipstick? Okay. Well, you know, keep it classy, San Diego. All right. Piscean Princess, thank you so much for the super chat. All right. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look. Aries. So Aries, you have been having Pluto go through your 10th house of career and reputation since 2008. So it's been a while, you know, things about your reputation, things about your career and how you want to be seen out in the world, how you're portraying yourself out in the world are essentially changing. This can be really good when it comes to power moves. It can also be really bad if you have created a crappy reputation for yourself. Now, keep in mind, I am doing the whole sign house system, okay? For me, I am a Taurus rising, but I'm an early Taurus degrees rising. So if we're looking at Placidus, Pluto has actually been in my 10th house for quite a long time. But today, because we are doing all signs on YouTube, we're going to be doing whole sign house system, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look. What can Aries expect for Pluto going direct in their 10th house? Page of Pentacles, okay? Eight of Cups, Three of Swords, the Four of Wands, the Eight of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the Page of Cups. Interesting. The Empress is at the bottom of the deck. So, Aries, to me, with all of this stuff going on, right, when it comes to your career, maybe even when it comes to a relationship status, etc., you're figuring out what works and what doesn't work for you anymore. There are a lot of changes that you've been making. You already know that. You've probably been going through the ringer a lot, especially in regards to your career and reputation, and just in regards to your status in the world. Are you single? Are you married? What's going on? It feels like there's some kind of new seed that you're planting, but you may be having to walk away from something else, you know, and I'm kind of feeling like this is integrated with the solar eclipse in Libra, because with the solar eclipse in Libra, I mean, as most of you guys know that are into astrology, it's going to be conjuncting the South Node. So where there's a solar eclipse, it's some kind of new beginning, but if it's in a conjunction with the South Node, this means that we have to sacrifice something, we have to give something up in order to have the other thing. So I'm kind of feeling like this is a mix between your Pluto going direct in your 10th house and also the solar eclipse in Libra. And, you know, the solar eclipse in Libra is in your 7th house of career and reputation, of your one-on-one relationships. So maybe this is a new client base, but you're needing to let go of an old set of clients because maybe you're changing your career. To me, it feels like something that hurts, okay? For some of you, if this is around some kind of status change, especially in regards to a relationship, I feel like it hurts, but it's something that you're realizing you have to give up, that you have to walk away from because it no longer resonates with you anymore. And from that comes freedom. Four Wands. Four Wands can talk about freedom. Four Wands can talk about joy, you know. Maybe for some of you, you end up getting married. You know, you leave the person that you're with. I'm not saying that you're going to leave. Okay, I don't want people to start freaking out, people that are like married to an Aries or, you know, been dating an Aries for 5 years, waiting on them to propose. Okay, I'm not saying that, all right? We're not going to fear monger. I don't want you guys in my inbox. Oh my God, Violetta, you know, we're not doing that. Don't start booking a session with your therapist saying that your astrologer or your tarot reader told you that your life is over. No, don't do that, okay? Please don't fearmonger yourself. But for my Aries rising specifically, when it comes to your career and reputation, I feel like there's something new that is becoming of you, really, and it's going to bring you some kind of power in your world, but I almost feel like it's a bittersweet. You know what I mean? It's like that letting go, that letting go so you can hold on to something else. And I feel like for a lot of you with that Knight of Cups, you're going to start getting involved with something that's more creative. Pluto does rule your 8th house. So 8th house can be about like other people's money, okay? Maybe you're bringing in clients, solar eclipse in your 7th house, and you're bringing in money from other people. 8th house, right? 8th house is other people. You know, maybe you're seeing more money come from your career than you ever thought before possible. I definitely feel like you guys are having a bit of a power up. Anything that I actually want to say about this? I also want to say another thing. The 4th and the 10th house, these can represent your mother and your father, okay? So if there's something going on with like your parents, maybe there's some kind of transformation going on with that. Maybe, you know, your father is having some kind of reputation change. Maybe your parents are getting divorced, you know, maybe... I don't want to fearmonger people, you know, but maybe there's just some kind of change going on. But this is really an opportunity, Aries, for you guys to finally upend your career, for you guys to finally change and transform how you've been seen out in the world until, you know, Pluto inevitably hits your 11th house, where you can focus on your bigger goals, your bigger dreams, your aspirations, where networking and becoming a part of people's lives is going to be the power up for you. So more networking, more power for you. So let me see. So tell me about that Page of Pentacles. The Ace of Swords. So once again, this is like a new idea. This is a new beginning. And this is making me feel like, once again, that this is intertwined somehow with that solar eclipse in Libra that we're having on the 14th. It just feels like a new idea. It feels like you're speaking it into existence. You could be specifically talking with a client or with a partner that, you know, I want to get married, or, you know, you're getting promoted because you're bringing on more clients, you're bringing on more money. It's something about that 8 of Cups. The World, I told you, you guys are ending something to begin something else. It's really just, when it comes down to the nitty gritty, this is really about you guys changing and transforming your career and kind of getting out of your own way when it comes to powering up in your career. Tell me about that 3 of Swords. It's that completion of a cycle. The Justice, there's Libra. You know, I don't even feel like I have to clarify. Like, I feel like whatever you're doing is justified for most of you, you know, unless you're like, you know, I mean, don't, you know, if you're like quitting a job or something, I'm not saying go take a dump on your boss's desk, right? I'm not saying anything like that. But it definitely feels like it's painful for you and possibly another person if it involves another person, or it's just hurting you because you feel like you have to let go, you know, of something that you've held on to for a while, but it's justified. I think it's going to put you in a more passionate direction, especially with that Knight of Wands there. Let's take a look at the Four of Wands. What's up, Nelson? The Moon card. Wow. Well, even though this is Pisces, this is really making me think of the 8th house, just because this is like what we keep hidden, you know, things in our subconscious, things in our psyche more so. 12th house is more so subconscious, but the 8th house is more about like our psyche. It's like, what do you feel like you've been enchained to? Has it been, you know, a crappy relationship that you've been chained to that hasn't been doing you any favors? That has brought out a lot of your psychological issues. Well, you know, things are brought up for us. Things are purged so that we can take a look at them so that way we can change them. Pluto. And the 8th house is also about change. And so this to me is making me feel like for a lot of you, maybe there's something going on with your career where you're able to pay off some kind of debt. You know what I mean? 8th house can talk about like money we owe, money that we need to pay. So for some of you, powering up in your career is going to help you pay off some kind of debts if you do have them. Let's take a look at that Eight of Swords. Don't say that darling shit in here. I don't like that. Queen of Wands. So this is you. So this to me makes me feel like this is you getting out of your own way, Aries. It's just you getting out of your own way, getting unstuck where you didn't feel confident before. I feel like that's going away. I feel like that's really no more, to be completely honest with you. Yeah, look at all this new energy. You're taking a leap. You're doing it. This is Uranus energy, which is in your 2nd house anyway. A lot of changes and upheaval for a long time. Or what has it been? Uranus that's been. Anyway, so, you know, this is a lot of change. This is a lot of transformation. Once again, I feel like your finances are going to be up-leveled in some way. Then we have the Knight of Cups with the Strength card. This to me just makes me feel like any creative blocks that you've had, maybe you're integrating your creations, your more creativity in regards to your career. Maybe you're able to 8th house change and transform your psyche through your creative process. And then we have the Page of Cups, which is what we're ending with. The Three of Cups. For some of you, with the solar eclipse in Libra in the 7th house, you're bringing in more clients, okay? Or you're working together with people creatively. So let's go ahead and, let's see. Oh my goodness. Let's go ahead and get you an advice message for Pluto. Yes, Annie. All right. All right, Aries, your advice. House 2. So you guys have Uranus and Jupiter there. So I really feel like this is saying that there's another way for you to make money. Like there's another way for you to be able to make money to either pay off debts. There's something that's transforming in regards to your career where I feel like it's going to bring you in money, especially with Jupiter there. I mean, your guys' pocketbooks have been, you know, expanding for a while, or at least is currently in the process of that. And I feel like that's going hand in hand with your career and your ability to eventually pay off some debts. So I really just feel like this is saying focus on your money, focus on what it is that you truly value. With Pluto, that is going to essentially ingress into Aquarius in March of 2024. There's going to be a bigger focus on your personal dreams and what you value in regards to those things, and possibly making money off of a huge aspiration or goal that maybe you've had for a while, okay? So thank you so much. Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising, but for the astrology, more accurately, Rising. Let's go ahead and move on to Taurus. What's up, Victoria? All right, Taurus. So more accurately, when it comes to the astrology, will be Taurus rising, okay? But for tarot, you can watch whatever. I don't care. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look. All right, Taurus. The Four of Swords. You have Pluto going direct in your 9th house. The Magician in reverse. The Six of Cups. The Three of Swords in reverse. The Death in reverse. The Two of Wands. Okay. So, Taurus, you guys have Pluto going direct in your 9th house. Okay, so this can talk about publishing. Maybe you're publishing something. Maybe you're getting ready to publish something. You know, your relationships to your teachers. Pluto also rules your 7th house. The people that you're associating with may now be more high vibrational, may be more spiritual in nature, mentor, coaching types, if you will. I really feel like for some of you, there could be a relationship at a distance that is about to transform. This could be marriage, or maybe traveling with a partner, or with somebody that you're very close to, perhaps. I feel like there's going to be some big, powerful conversation between you and a client, you and clients, you and a partner, that is really going to maybe change your philosophy. Maybe you're going to change somebody else's philosophy. There's something that's changing around your higher purpose and what that means for you personally. So there has been some redirection. There has been some rethinking in regards to your faith, your philosophy, your belief systems, and maybe what it is that you want to learn. How you want to educate yourself in order to level up when Pluto inevitably goes into your 10th house in March of career and reputation. This is so that way you can show up in your life and your career and how you're portraying yourself to the rest of the world and how the world sees you from a higher self perspective. Okay? So let's go ahead and take a look here. With that Four of Swords, the Magician in reverse, the Six of Cups, I really feel like that Magician in reverse, because this can be about your talents, gifts, skills, and abilities. And so I'm wondering if there's been some doubt that you've had. I feel like with that Four of Swords that's sitting there, this is you really thinking on those things. Why do I feel this way about myself? Did I allow a partner to make me feel some kind of way? Did I allow a partner to make me feel like shit about something that they think that I can't do, but I know that I can do? I feel like your career and your reputation is about to transform, but this is first you deciding, who am I? What am I going to bring to the table? I'm feeling like for some of you with that Six of Cups, it could be some kind of childhood dream that you've been really focused on. Three of Swords in reverse, Death in reverse. Well, you know, that's Pluto right there. That just makes me feel like Pluto reverse, right? Pluto retrograde. It makes me feel like there have been some wounds or some things that you've been rethinking in regards to your purpose. Why am I here? You know, that God-given question that we yell at the sky when we're going through something. Why am I here? What am I doing? What is my purpose? Why was I put on this earth? And I think that a lot of you guys are overcoming some kind of wounds in regards to those things. I really like this with the Karmic Soul Tribe and the Nine of Swords in reverse. My suggestion to you, Taurus, would be to cling onto the people that you know that care about you, people that truly know you, people that are not going to instill you with fear or fearmonger you or make you think less of yourself, etc. I'm liking that you're ending here with that Two of Wands, because that really makes me feel like you're about to do something different. Uranus is in your first house anyway. And so this is making me feel like you're about to do something really out of the box and different, like you've never done before, possibly in regards to your higher purpose, writing, or something that is, maybe you're going to educate yourself into something, with something, so that way you can power up in your career when Pluto hits your 10th house. So let's go ahead and take a look. What's up, Rigo? All right, let's see. Tell me about that Four of Swords. The Hangman in reverse. That's really interesting to me. That Hangman in reverse, especially with that Four of Swords, that's a lot of healing, you know. The Hangman in reverse, it can represent a couple of things, right? It depends on the other cards. I'm feeling like you didn't see something clearly, perhaps, when it comes to your purpose and why you were here. I think that a lot of you guys, when Pluto's going direct, at least at the very least until March, you're coming to a lot of realizations about that. I think that a lot of you are also changing your faith or changing your perspective when it comes to your higher self and who you truly are, like when it comes down to it. I think that you guys are going to realize that maybe you have been shut off to certain ideas about what the possibilities could be when it comes to your higher purpose, or when it comes to your faith, or even when it comes to marriage. And I feel like it could be a partner that kind of changes that for you, or maybe you change that for a partner, but Pluto's like your partner. So, or it could be clients. And then we have starseed. Interesting. This always gives me like Uranus energy, because Uranus is kind of like, you know, it's Aquarius. It's a co-ruler of Aquarius. So it gives me like Aquarius vibes. I'm feeling like maybe it's something with healing. Maybe you're supposed to be some kind of healer. Maybe you are a healer. Let's take a look at that Magician. Oh, thanks, Victoria. Page of Pentacles. Well, that's you. I feel like you're learning something. You know, Page of Pentacles can be putting in an effort to actually learn something. Because with that Magician in reverse, this is telling me that you're doubting some kind of talent, gift, skill, or ability. And I feel like, so that way you don't doubt yourself anymore. It just feels like you're educating yourself. So let's take a look at that Six of Cups. The Ace of Wands in reverse. I think that for some of you, you had some kind of childhood dream. Yeah, be careful who you surround yourself with. You know, be careful who you surround yourself with. You could find out like a partner or a certain set of clients aren't really the people, or isn't really the person that you necessarily resonate with for where you're going. For some of you, you're going to feel like you're not really able to bring somebody with you. You know, especially when when Pluto makes that ingress into Aquarius. With that Six of Cups and the Ace of Wands in reverse, for a lot of you, it could feel like, if for some of you that have children, this is like a side note, for some of you that have children, you could feel like they're kind of holding you back in some way. But for others of you, you could have felt demotivated, like someone maybe influenced you in a negative way and made you feel like you couldn't do something. Maybe somebody that, you know, was a kind of a narcissistic type, or, you know, somebody that sucks basically, who is basically or could be trying to make you feel like you can't have this childhood dream that you deserve. So let me take a look at that Three of Swords in reverse. What's up, King James? The Eight of Pentacles in reverse. The Five of Wands. Wow. A lot of you are sick of somebody's crap. Or for others of you, you're really sick and tired of holding on or doing the same work over and over and over again. I really feel like a lot of you are feeling like something is very mundane because you feel like you have a higher purpose. And I tell this story all the time. You know, when I was a waitress, I remember being there and I just felt like I felt like I was fire walking around a desert. Does that make sense? You know? I feel like I was just burning everything down around me, you know? And I didn't belong there. That fire had to be put somewhere. Not put out, right? It had to be put somewhere. And then I discovered social media, and now we're here. But I feel like that's kind of what's happening with you guys. So let's take a look at that Death card as well. The Devil in reverse and the Death in reverse. Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is a lot to do with Uranus in your first house, you know? This is you also. Uranus is retrograde. I can't remember when it goes direct, but Uranus is retrograde. I feel like you guys are taking a look at the changes that you've made to yourself, to your appearance, how you're showing up in life, just in general, and maybe wanting to rearrange that, or maybe trying to rethink, am I really happy with these changes that I've made? I think that a lot of you are also realizing that holding on to some kind of, I don't know, maybe old belief. You know, the Devil is Capricorn. Capricorn rules your 9th house. Some kind of old belief system, some kind of perspective. You know, you're realizing that it just doesn't suit you anymore. Maybe it was just like something as simple as negative thinking, you know? And then we're ending here with the Two of Wands. So tell me about that. The Seven of Cups. So this to me is you not going against your nature of something. This is the basically like the dream catcher or the nightmare catcher. It's called the shadow dream catcher in this deck. And it's about like, you know, not catching on to the negativity. not allowing somebody to instill you with fear, etc. And this is you with the Two of Wands and the Seven of Cups. This is you deciding, okay, what are my options? Wow, I actually have options. For what? Travel, relationship, faith, a higher purpose, education, etc. And I feel like what you guys are doing is you're doing something out of the box. Sagittarius. So this is all about being optimistic. Jupiter rules Sagittarius, which is currently in your first house of self, and it'll be there. It'll be there for quite a while, till what, May, I think, of next year. So, this is about being open to ideas, exploring what those ideas are, and freeing yourself from constraints and old belief systems that are no longer serving you, even if it's just something as simple as negative thinking, okay? What's up, Mittens? That's cute. All right, let's move on. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to... There we go. Perfect. All right, so Gemini risings, more specifically, when it comes to the astrology, but if you're just looking for tarot, you can watch any sign, really. All right, so let's see. I'm just looking at your chart here. All right, cool. All right, Geminis. So you guys are having Pluto today. It's going to be going direct. It is direct in your 8th house. So 8th house is other people's resources. This is about your psyche. This can be about trauma that you're holding on to, etc. And it's going to ingress into Aquarius in your 9th house in March of next year. Pluto does rule your 6th house of your day-to-day, your routine, your physical health, etc. So, if the 8th house represents change, Pluto rules your 6th house. I'm feeling like a lot of you guys are having to really go within and do a lot of deep diving when it comes to why you think the way that you think, why your routines are the way that they are, and what is it that you need to let go of that is no longer suiting you when it comes to your overall maybe mental health, when it comes to your own psychology, your physical health. We don't realize that a lot of the times our mental health can actually directly affect our physical health. So whatever is going on in there, any trauma you're harboring, etc., whatever it may be, I'm really feeling like you guys are also needing to find time for yourself to be able to research those things and figure those things out so you guys can be overall healthier and happier mentally and physically. Sorry, there was something on my damn foot. So let's go ahead and take a look here. The Seven of Wands in reverse. The Six of Pentacles in reverse. The Nine of Cups. Okay. The Page of Wands. The Ten of Wands. The Temperance in reverse. Okay. Well, I will say this. I really feel, especially with Jupiter and Uranus in your guys' 12th house, you guys are doing a lot of expanding when it comes to your subconscious, and there's a lot of maybe big shocking surprises that you're having. When it comes to the 12th house, those are like things that we don't even realize are buried deep down in there, and then something will end up triggering it, and then we'll be like, holy shit, I didn't even realize that I was holding on to that. Where the 8th house is like things that we kind of know are there. So I feel like you may have some surprises, like maybe you get into an argument with somebody and it's something that they say that triggers a relationship that you had from like 10 years ago, and you're like, oh my God, why am I acting like this? And then you do your 8th house work and you're like, that's why I'm acting that way. I think that some of you guys are kind of, I hate to say like cowering, but a little bit. It's like you're kind of cowering to something. And listen, 12th house, 8th house, and even 6th house, really, transits are not easy. These are difficult psychological, physical, annoying houses, okay? And so this can feel like you just want to go and hide away into a corner and not talk to anybody. I feel like with this Nine of Cups, what you're going to be focusing on is what it is that brings you joy and contentment, which I really don't think is the worst thing in the world. I'm feeling with that fifth house stellium that you guys currently have going on, I think with all this focus on what makes you happy and what brings you joy is probably still going to be a focus for quite a while, and it should be. Because you guys are figuring out what it actually is that makes you happy. With that Page of Wands and the Ten of Wands, this is interesting to me because it makes me feel like you're holding on to a lot and you're carrying a lot and you're just trying to find your confidence again and you're still carrying the weight well, so to speak. That Temperance in reverse, I would definitely be careful of falling back into any habitual patterns or any addictions, negative health habits that are not good for you, when you're feeling like your back is against the wall and then doing something that you end up regretting, like, I don't know, maybe you're like me and you stress eat and then you go into the pantry at 2 o'clock in the morning, you eat, 26 ho-hos by yourself. Just kidding. I've totally never done that, right? So let's go ahead and clarify these cards. What's up, Jilly? How you doing? Oh my God, I'm so sorry, Gemini. Gemini, I'm so sorry. I totally meant to change that. Rick, make sure that you update that for them, okay? Sorry about that. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look. Tell me about that Seven of Wands for Gemini. The Six of Wands in reverse. Yeah, it makes me feel like you feel as though you're not getting recognition for something. And, to be completely fair, that could just be Saturn in your 10th house, feeling like you're putting in all of this work and, like, you're getting absolutely nowhere. It could definitely feel like that. You just want to, like, go and hide away in, like, a hole. But this is a time for you to kind of hide away. Now, I'm not saying that you should go isolate, and be a piece of shit. That's not what I'm saying. I just think that you're kind of going in your hidey hole because you're trying to figure out your triggers. For a lot of you, you're figuring out your triggers. You're figuring out why you're cowering to things, or maybe some things are triggering you, etc. So that way you can take a look at them, and that way you can change them. What's up, Charlene? How you doing? The Knight of Wands. Interesting. This makes me feel like this is something about the solar eclipse in Libra that you're having on the 14th. And that solar eclipse is going to be in your 5th house of creativity, fun, romance, etc. I think that a lot of you, I honestly love this solar eclipse for you. I don't like the solar eclipse for a lot of the signs, but I really like it for you. Because I really feel like, especially with this, right, with that Six of Pentacles in reverse, the Knight of Wands, you may be kind of realizing where maybe your work or reputation or something like that has had way too much of your energy, where your own personal freedom, your own personal self-expression has not. The things that make you genuinely happy. So this makes me feel like with that, for some of you, you could have like a fire sign or maybe just somebody in your life that kind of pushes you to give more to your passions and creativity. The Tower, the Queen of Swords, where there's Libra and there's Mars. Well, I mean, Mars is in your 6th house, going in your 6th house, whatever the case. Is Mars in Scorpio today? I want to say, or is it tomorrow? Mars going into your 6th house, Pluto ruling your 6th house, Pluto going into your, going direct in your 8th. This makes me feel like there's going to be a huge focus on your routine, on your physical health, and on these psychological triggers. This is just what this makes me feel like. I'm thinking that there's going to be something in regards to the solar eclipse that is going to act as a catalyst for you. You're getting ready to let something go. But I feel like it's for your overall psychological well-being. Tell me about that Nine of Cups. The Emperor. Damn. Well, this makes me feel like you're finally taking charge of what it is that makes you genuinely happy, what it is that makes you content, and how you want to take the lead in your life when it comes to your creative self-expression and when it comes to you just expressing yourself as a whole, or even for some of you, working for yourself. Then we have the Princess of Wands, or the Page of Wands. The Four of Swords. Some of you are creating some stuff behind the scenes, for some of you. This almost makes me feel like you are becoming your own cheerleader in some way. I don't know why I'm getting that, because with this Four of Swords and these 12th house and these 8th house transits, it's really making me feel like there's something psychological going on that you're kind of doing behind the scenes, where you almost have to be your own cheerleader in some way, where you're kind of pumping yourself up. I really feel like you maybe have some friends that are disagreeing with something. With Chiron in the 11th house, like maybe you have a friend who's kind of triggered by something, or they're triggering you. I feel like a friend is going to trigger you in some way. But I feel like these triggers are going to act as a catalyst for you to do something, like find this new self-expression. The Ten of Wands is here. The Chariot in reverse. It's interesting because it feels like something that you feared, Gemini. It's, you know, when, you ever been in, like, afraid of roller coasters, for instance, right? Like, I'm very afraid of roller coasters. And my parents back in the day, they used to force me to go on roller coasters, right? And I was like, oh, God, you know, no, I don't want to go, right? Like, just totally freaking out, you know, double chin, just as a kid, baby fat, you know, it was bad. I mean, I was just crying till the double chin was in full effect. And then I would get on the roller coaster and I would do it. And I realized, wow, actually wasn't that bad. That was actually the greatest thing ever. And I can't believe that I did it. And I can't believe I didn't die. I feel like that's what's going on. I feel like that is honestly what's going on with you. At least until March, at the very least. You're like, oh, I made it through, you know? Tell me about that Temperance in reverse. The World. Well, thank God. I was really worried about that one, I'm not gonna lie. The Temperance in reverse and the World makes me feel like some kind of psychological trigger, crisis, issue, subconscious issue, mental health issue, addiction, whatever it may be. Those days seem to be numbered at the very least, or possibly over. Keep in mind, just because Pluto is going into Aquarius in March, it will still dip back into Capricorn, which is going to be fun for us, right? So there is going to be like one last hoorah that we're going to kind of have to figure out. So, but we're getting close. And so I feel like anything to do with those negative habits, etc., are going to end here. Well, we have Capricorn. That's your advice. So I kind of want to feel like slow and steady wins the race, taking methodical steps, you know, having a realistic ambition. That doesn't mean you can't go after your dreams, but it's really about the building blocks that are going to help you climb to the top, basically. So let's go ahead and take a look. All right, Cancer. Let's look at Cancers. Just change my little thing here. Cancer risings for astrology. And then Cancer whatever for tarot. Okay. There we go. All righty. So let's go ahead and take a look. Cancer. Cancer, you have Pluto going direct today in your 7th house, which will eventually go into your 8th house come March 2024. Pluto rules your 5th house of dating, creativity, romance, children. So I feel like, you know, there have been a lot of changes, a lot of rethinking around your relationship with a therapist, your relationship with a loved one, your relationship with some kind of intimate partner. I feel like things are getting ready to move forward. Whatever changes you've been rethinking, whatever changes that you've actually made or a partner has made, those are getting ready to be in full effect, whatever that means for you guys personally. So I'm also wondering here, well, you know what, let's take a look at the cards before I speak too soon. The Ten of Pentacles in reverse. The Queen of Pentacles. Maybe I should have said it. Maybe I should have said it. The Six of Wands. The Chariot in reverse and the Death card. Well, I was going to say it, but I didn't. For some of you, you're realizing that you cannot take somebody with you when it comes to a relationship, when it comes to a therapist, when it comes to clients, whatever the case may be. But for others of you, you're actually getting ready to mend forces with another person. For some of you, you could feel like something is failing And I don't know if that is a relationship. I don't know if that's a business or just some kind of dream that you had. But with that Queen of Pentacles, this is really making me feel like it doesn't really matter. I feel like it's one foot in front of the other. Slow and steady wins the race. With that Two of Swords, that could be avoiding something. You know, it can also be, you know, I'm wondering if there's something going on here with like your reputation or like maybe some unwanted attention with that Two of Swords and the Six of Wands, because you do have Chiron transiting your 10th house of career and reputation. So it's making me feel like maybe you're getting some unwanted attention that you don't really desire. Chariot in reverse, maybe there's some fear around something. The Death card, something's coming to an end. So I'm wondering if you can't take something with you. So let's go ahead and take a look at that 10 of Pentacles. The Two of Wands in reverse. I feel like there's some fear around relationships. Makes me, yeah, look, Hierophant in reverse. Maybe there's some fear around a relationship, you know. Maybe there's some fear around the company that you keep, but it makes me feel like it's more so a one-on-one partnership. This could be like a business partnership for some of you with that 10 of Pentacles in reverse. And of course, it could be somebody that maybe you're thinking about marrying, maybe you're thinking about actually coming into a relationship with, or somebody that, like I said, that you're thinking of doing business with, especially when Pluto ingresses into your 8th house. This makes me feel like you're afraid. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if it's like you feel like this person is not responsible, or you feel like this is somebody who doesn't share the same morals, the same values, etc. But with Lilith in your 2nd house of morals and values, you know, this is definitely something you're willing to fight for and kind of rebel against. Now, of course, you know, Lilith is about to be out of Leo anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But at least right now in this very moment, I'm just saying. With that Queen of Pentacles, let's go ahead and take a look at that Queen of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles. Okay. So this makes me feel like you're starting something new. It could be something around home and family. You know, maybe you want to buy a home, sell a home. You are going to have that solar eclipse in your 4th house of home and family. So for some of you, maybe you have to give up an old place that you lived. Maybe you're wanting to move in with a partner, share resources, etc., something like that. But whatever it is that you're doing, it's something that I feel like you've already kind of started building towards, and now I feel like you're going to make it a reality of some sort. Yeah, 7 of Pentacles, Page of Cups. You're kind of deciding what needs to come with you and what needs to go. You have the Two of Swords here. You have the Two of Swords. Let's see. Tell me about that Two of Swords. The Six of Swords. Okay. I'm almost getting like this sense of not trying to control what you can't change and just kind of going with something. Oh, something isn't working out. It is what it is. This is what I can build on. This is what I can do. I think that a lot of you are not in for the fights, the arguments. I don't know who you're arguing with or who you might be at odds with, but I feel like you're just trying to keep the peace and move on from any potential issues. Once again, I feel like this is something around some kind of unwanted attention, because I feel like it's kind of all business right now. And I don't necessarily like mean that literally, like, oh, it's all about money right now. It's just like business as usual. I feel like you're not really trying to allow emotions to get involved with something, because it seems like a very important decision that you're trying to make. Something about that Six of Wands. The Three of Cups. Yeah, you're not wanting some kind of unwanted attention. Is this about a lover? Pluto does rule your 5th house. For some of you, it's you wanting to go into business with a partner. That's what I'm feeling. Like some kind of self-owned business, uniquely yours. Thank you so much. It makes me feel like maybe you're going into business with somebody or something like that, but I feel like there's another person or people that you don't want anything to do with. I don't know if it's somebody that you're dealing with where it's like you guys are trying to build a business together, but it's like the people they want to invite in or the kind of clients or something like that. It's like you're not really into it. The Page of Wands, the Eight of Wands. Give me one more on that. What's that Three of Cups in reverse? The Two of Cups. You know, it kind of makes me feel like there's somebody getting in the way of you and a partner or you and your clients or something like that. And I think that that's why you're trying to keep the peace and not really give it attention, because like I said, business as usual is what I'm getting. It's kind of like that. If you pay attention to it, it will manifest, right? I feel like you're not trying to pay attention to it, but you're finding some kind of success. It's like it's like when you, right? Like, let's just say that you're getting married, right? It's like for some reason, right? As soon as a woman marries a man, all of a sudden, so many women want that man, right? It's like, it feels something like that. I'm not saying that that is what it is, but it feels like it's something like that, you know? Like, oh, now you finally get this promotion and everybody wants to be your friend, you know? So let's go ahead and take a look at that Chariot in reverse. The Five of Wands in reverse. You're not even, I told you, you don't want the drama. You're like, no, business as usual. Okay, you know, I'm not mad at it, Cancer. Business as usual. If this was a weekly reading, that's what I would name it. Tell me about that Death card. The Ace of Swords in reverse. I don't feel like you're starting anything. I feel like you're just finishing it. Whatever that looks like, you know? Here's the 5th house, which is the natural expression of, here's the Sun, which is the natural expression of the 5th house. So I feel like, I'm not going to lie, like, yes, I know that Pluto's going direct in your 7th house, but I'm also feeling like with that solar eclipse that's happening in Libra, I feel like there's something new that you're starting in regards to home and family, and then eventually when these planets move into your 5th, it's going to be something that is more like your personal joy, like what's making you happy, etc. And I feel like you're kind of doing things behind the scenes to build that foundation for yourself. So that's kind of what I mean by business as usual. So you have Libra. So I feel like this is something in regards to maybe home, family, your past, and the foundation that you're trying to build for yourself. So that way you can find some kind of joy or some kind of peace and not paying attention to outsiders or external forces that can possibly be a negative influence on you in some way, or your relationship and or your client base. All right, so let's move on to Leos. All right, Leo. Leo rising, when it comes to the whole sign astrology transits, and whatever sign, whatever placement when it comes to the tarot, okay? All right, Leo. All right, Leo, let's see. Pluto's going direct in your 6th house today and will eventually ingress into your 7th house in March of 2024. Pluto rules your 4th house, okay? So this is changes around your health, your work, your routine, etc. The 4 of Cups wanted to come out. That's interesting. So some kind of disappointment or rejection or not being happy with something possibly. This could also be you moving. 6th house can represent tenancy. 4th house can represent like your home, etc. So let's go ahead and see. Have the 4 of Cups, the Knight of Wands in reverse, the Strength card. Okay, I love that your major arcana is showing up. That's great news. 8 of Pentacles in reverse, the 5 of Swords, and the Judgment card, which is Pluto. Bottom of the deck is the Devil. There's Capricorn. It feels like there are some changes that you're having to make that you weren't really happy about. I'm feeling like for a lot of you, you're gonna have to move, or you're deciding to move. And it doesn't have to be that dramatic, right? It doesn't have to be something that you're cowering over, that you're super upset about, etc. But it just feels like maybe it's a lot in the moment. A lot of changes are happening. A lot of changes are being made, especially with that solar eclipse happening in your 3rd house. This can also talk about moving. So first of all, moving is already stressful. And for some of you, you're going to end up maybe buying a home, selling a home, renting somewhere, etc. And this is also about the changes that you're needing to make in your day-to-day life. So that way you can have a comfortable home and family life. You know, what are the changes? What are the scheduled changes? So that way you can spend more time with your kids. So that way you can spend more time with a partner. So that way, you know, you can spend more time vegging out at the house and, you know what I mean, being able to relax and chill out. What are the things that you're needing to change in regards to those matters? So let's go ahead and take a look. Why is the 4 of Cups here? All right, 2 cards wanted to come out. We have the 2 of Cups in reverse and the Hangman. Interesting. I'm not gonna lie, for some of you that have siblings or something, some kind of extended relative, you may be at odds with somebody. I feel like you're not happy with what somebody is offering you. It could honestly feel like crap, or it could be you that's rejecting another person, not being happy with what they're offering you. I'm not going to spin it that way, however. I'm not going to focus on like a cross-watcher thing, but it makes me feel like you're disappointed with somebody and feeling some form of disconnect because you may feel like somebody doesn't see things the way that you want them to see it. Karmic Karen, thank you so much for the super chat question. You may feel like this person, somebody may not make sacrifices for you. You know, with Pluto going through your 6th house, this is also a house of service. And you could be feeling like no matter what you do, somebody is just never happy with what you do or what you have to offer or what you have to give them. And with Venus going through your 2nd house, this is about your self-worth, your self-esteem, and your self-value, I feel like is going to be very, very prominent within the next 6 months. Not that Venus is going to be there for 6 months, absolutely not. But I'm just saying that's what I'm feeling. Because Pluto's going direct on a day where Venus is in your 2nd house. So it's kind of making me wonder. Makes me feel like you giving and giving and giving to somebody isn't really paying off in some way. And maybe you're going to start to realize that. Maybe you're like, this makes me uncomfortable. You know, I'm not really getting anything from this person. Or maybe something's changing in regards to how much you are deciding or willing to give. Especially because Venus did go through your guys' sign recently. You guys had a horrible Venus retrograde. For Venus ruled people, hello, Taurus, Libra, you know, it was awful. And Leo, it was in your sign. So there was a lot of things about you and your self-worth and your self-value that was changing and how you see yourself and what you will allow yourself to deal with and what you will not. So let's take a look at that Knight of Wands. What's up, Kay? The 9 of Wands in reverse. Woo! So this is making me feel like you trying to get somebody's attention with something and someone is just not letting up. Yeah, look, 4 of Pentacles, just not letting up. It feels like you keep trying. You know, it's like sometimes, what's up, Pinky? Sometimes the more you give, the less you receive. You know, and that, unfortunately, that's just what it is. And so you have to really ask yourself, if a job even is valuing you. Do you feel like you keep putting into a job, you're doing all these hours, whatever it may be, and you don't even have time for your friends and your family, you know? I mean, what is it? And so this is really about you deciding how much you want to serve another person or how much you want to give to a job and what needs to change in regards to that so that way you can feel more comfortable in a situation. And with that strength there, I really feel like you are, yeah, the Fool. You're not going to deal with something anymore, Leo, which I absolutely love for you. You know, I have Pluto natally in the 6th house, and blech, it sucks. You know, it absolutely sucks. People definitely take in that regard for what you have to offer. And so I think that you're finding your strength through actually giving up. Because strength isn't always about holding on. Strength a lot of the times is about letting go. And the more that we do it, the more empowered we can become in certain situations. 8 of Pentacles in reverse. What's up, Cassie? The Justice card. So, you know, the 8 of Pentacles, whether reversed or in the upright, is about service. It's the 6th house, naturally, because it's Sun in Virgo. And I feel like you're sick and tired of the same old, because you feel like you keep hacking away at something and you're not getting anywhere. So if you do decide to give up on something or someone or whatever it may be, you may feel justified and actually find some peace in doing so, which is going to make you feel more at peace, more confident, and it may open the door for some other opportunities. Now, I'm not saying go and quit your job. Listen, you know what's best for you. You know, listen to yourself, make your own choices. But I'm just saying what I'm seeing here with the cards. Tell me about that 5 of Swords. The 9 of Pentacles. What did I say? So it's like you're very determined to become independent. You're very determined to not need anybody. You know, now, however, with Pluto hitting your 7th house, there's definitely going to be some big changes coming in relationships, okay? And so for some of you, if you're in a relationship, something could change in regards to that, especially if you feel like you've been giving and getting nowhere. Sorry about that. I am so sorry about that. Thank you. Oh my God. Why is that light on? Sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorry about that. So this is about you being very determined to become independent and being able to enjoy your life a little bit more. So let's go ahead and take a look at that Judgment in reverse. Oh, thanks, Stacy. Maybe I'll do more of those. Judgment in reverse and the Hermit card. Interesting. Hermit is also Virgo, which is a natural 6th house energy. Yes, I know that you have Capricorn there, but I'm saying if we're looking at starting from Aries all the way through in a natural whole sign, it is the 6th house. So interesting. So there's a lot of transformations going on. I don't feel like you're reconciling with something. Maybe you're not going back to a job that wants you back. Maybe you're not giving back to this family member that keeps asking you for favors or whatever the case is. It's like you're really kind of going within a little bit, you know. I feel like with Saturn there and your 8th house, I feel like there's been some hard lessons that maybe you have had to learn about relying on other people when it comes to other people, giving to other people, lending money to other people, or just some crises or some psychological transformations that you're going through. And I think that a lot of you are kind of falling back a little bit when it comes to things, when it comes to what? The Nine of Cups, when it comes to love, when it comes to giving of yourself freely. Yeah, this is like the subconscious. This is like really getting in touch with your higher self and like what's going on in the psyche is what it makes me feel like. Really getting down with who you are, like at a deeper level. When you get down with who you are, when you get down, when you learn who you are at a deeper level, you can learn who you are at a higher level. And so I feel like that's kind of what you're doing. House 5. What do you want? You know, house 5 is naturally your house. You know, what do you want? What makes you happy? What are your passions? What makes you feel alive? What makes you feel good? That's your advice, and that's what you should focus on. So, you know, later, in a couple of months or something, you guys are going to have a bunch of planets in your 5th house anyway. So I feel like maybe things will start looking up for you around then. So let's move on to Virgo. For astrology, it's going to be Virgo rising. For tarot, whatever placement, I don't care. Okay? So let's go ahead and take a look. Show me Virgos. Alrighty. Alright, let's see. Alright, Virgo, Pluto is going to be going direct in your 5th house, is going direct in your 5th house today, and it's going to make an ingress into Aquarius, which is going to be in March of next year. Pluto rules your 3rd house. 3rd house is about writing, can be about podcasts, content that you create, short distance travel, siblings, extended family members, the way that you think and the way that you talk. Okay, let's see. So this is all going to be about what your heart's desire is. What your heart's desire is. This can also talk about self-employment for some of you that have been wanting to be more self-employed, for some of you that have been incredibly focused on some kind of relationship, or there can be something with a child that could be changing, or a child is bringing a lot of change into your life. Like I said, this can also be about entrepreneurship in some way. I do see the sun here. The sun is currently in your 2nd house, so this is a big focus on energy and stuff like that. Or excuse me, on finances and the money that you're making. And that's around the solar eclipse in Libra. So you're going to have a solar eclipse in your 2nd house of money and finances and your self-worth, your self-value, and your self-esteem. And I feel like there's going to be a big focus on the things that are making you happy and what you want to move forward with in that regard. I really am not super fond of this particular spread with you. It seems to be a lot of like letting go and a lot of uncomfortable changes, either when it comes to someone you love, something that you've held on to very dearly, you know, a harsh conversation that you're having, Pluto ruling the third house, either with a child or with somebody that you're dating, or when it comes to your joy, and possibly finding that you may need to initiate some endings in order to have more peace in your life. So let's go ahead and take a look at that Five of Cups and why that is there. I want to say don't ruminate too much on the past. I think that you guys were doing that anyway. You know, when Pluto is going retrograde in a house, it's kind of looking back at the house before it. So, you know, with the fourth house being before the fifth, Pluto going retrograde in your fifth house, kind of looking back at your fourth, looking back at like your relationship to your mother, looking back at your own childhood, you know, looking back at your past, etc., and how that affects how you have fun now, or how that affects you in your current romantic relationships. So let's see. The Nine of Swords in reverse, the Seven of Swords in reverse, and the Hermit. You could have like a guilt around something with that Five of Cups. Seven of Swords in reverse and the Five of Cups can be like guilt around something, you know? And maybe it's just like you felt like you couldn't save somebody, you know, or you really have some regrets about getting into a relationship in the first place, you know, or old relationships that that you felt like didn't do you any favors. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm always going to find a favor, even when there's a foe. Okay. I'm always going to look to see how that foe or that enemy or that crappy relationship did me a favor, because you have to find the light in the dark, or you're going to be lost forever. And so I feel like that's what you guys are probably trying to look for. But what you're doing is you're kind of becoming a little bit introverted. You're going into hermit mode because maybe for some of you, you're figuring out like what or how you played, how you played your role in a specific situation that landed you where you are. This just makes me feel like a lot of reminiscing about things. So let's look at that Tower in reverse. The Emperor in reverse. Don't try to do this thing where you try to hold on to control. Piscean Empress, thank you so much for the super chat question. Don't do this thing where you hold on to control too much, where you don't want to change something, or you know, you're too afraid of change, or you keep trying to hold on for dear life. Don't do that. I want to say roll with the punches, because Pluto's not going to allow you to do that anyway. Okay. So when it comes to your romantic life, you know, changes that are going on when it comes to maybe even your work for some of you, with that solar eclipse happening in your second house, you know, I would say run with the changes, roll with the changes, because it's inevitably going to bring you something that's going to bring you more joy. And when Pluto ingresses into Aquarius in March of 2024 and goes in your sixth house, you're going to be a lot more work focused, but you're going to have a better idea of the relationship with your children, the kind of relationship that you want that actually brings you happiness. You know, with Saturn and Neptune in your seventh, it has not been the easiest time when it comes to finding a partner, or the partner that you're with, or past partners. And so there could have been some illusion there, feeling like you were getting the cold shoulder in some kind of way. And it's like, what makes me happy? And so I feel like whatever changes are happening, don't try to control them. Four of Pentacles. Just go with the flow of it, you know. Whew, this is a heavy one. I'm not gonna lie, especially for my Virgo rising. Tell me about that Ten of Cups in reverse, the Knight of Swords. Okay, so I want to say, with Mars going into your third house, you know, the third house can represent like extended family, siblings, etc. Pluto can represent children. You know, then you have Saturn and Neptune, which can represent like partners. You know, and eventually there will be planets that are going into your fourth house of home and family. I will say this, with Mars transiting through your third house, be careful of the way that you're communicating. You could end up coming off incredibly aggressive. You know, even maybe a little manipulative. Just be, like, I'm not saying that that's what you're going to do, okay? But you could end up getting into conflicts with people in your local neighborhood, with neighbors, you know, with extended family members, especially because I see that 10 of Cups in reverse. You could be really feeling like getting your kind of ego hurt a little bit, or maybe somebody's ego was pissing you off. You know, and when it comes to people who have like a big wall up, essentially have a big ego, it's better just to not fight a brick wall, because you're not going to get anywhere. You're going to end up fucking yourself up far more than you're going to fuck them up, okay? So let's just see what that 10 of Swords is. The Chariot in reverse. You're gonna feel like a failure with something. What is this? The 5 of Swords. You're gonna feel like you were outdone, or maybe you felt like you were outnumbered, or you feel like somebody got the best of you, or blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, yeah, maybe they won the battle, but they didn't win the war. You know, it's like, you gotta take some on the chin once in a while, you know? Like I said, I would just be very cautious of what you say to people and how you're communicating, because this is gonna be very important for you. And also, oh my God. Ow, hold on. Sorry. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Ow, ow, ow. Sorry. Freaking eyelash. I'm sorry, guys. Just be cautious of how you're communicating. Now, of course, you could be ending something with somebody because you feel like they failed you. So keep that in mind. And then we have the Sun here, which is kind of making me wonder, this is either about you figuring out where your joy and happiness lies. Ace of Wands in reverse. Give me one more. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, something is ending. But you know that, like, they say, like, oh, the sun comes out after it rains. I'm not trying to sound corny, but that's kind of like what it is. And you may realize why something just didn't work out or isn't working out in the moment. And it's like one of those things where you're going to see it later. And do I feel like it hurts? Yeah, you know, I do. I feel like something hurts, but this is essentially trying to basically, not it's not weird, but like groom you for this next stage of something. 3 of Swords. Tell me more about that. The 10 of Wands. The Justice and the 2 of Pentacles. So yeah, I'm kind of feeling like this is about the solar eclipse in Libra, but I don't really want to focus on that too much. You know, I really do want to say this, however, okay? When it comes to what you want and what makes you happy, you really need to focus in on that. You really need to zone in on that, because there could be this sense of, especially with Saturn and Neptune there, you putting a lot of energy into a partner, Venus in your first house, trying to put a lot of love into a partner and feel like you're not really getting anywhere. Allison Finch, thank you so much for the super chat question. Feel like you're not really getting anywhere. I want to say you need to make sure that your self-esteem, your self-worth, and your self-value is intact. This is very important, especially when it comes to maybe people that are taking advantage of you, or people trying to manipulate you, or who knows. And obviously, don't do that to somebody else. Karma, right? But I'm feeling like your guys' sense of self-worth and self-value needs to be at an all-time high. You have Jupiter here, so I feel like this is about keeping the faith. This is your advice. Jupiter being in your 9th house, you could find you know, solace in your faith, in a long-distance partner. Somebody who lives in a foreign country or at a distance from you, or something in regards to education, travel, etc. I feel like focusing on that, whatever that may be for you, is really going to benefit you in a lot of ways. So it's not all bad, Virgo. I think that this is just you really realizing what you deserve, your self-worth, your self-value, what you will and what you won't put up with, and what actually makes you happy and what your heart's desire is. And also, I do want to say, there may be a way for you to, I'm writing a book. It's so funny because I'm writing a book, and it's about healing your trauma through creativity. And this is what this reminds me of. And I'm feeling like with Pluto going direct in your 5th house and Pluto ruling your 3rd house, you could end up working on some kind of creative project or writing project, podcast, something that actually ends up bringing you a lot of healing, Virgo. And I would definitely focus on that if that is the case. Because the thing is is we don't realize, right? It's like you have these people that go through hell and back, and let's say that they're a singer, and then they end up writing a song about that hell and back situation, and then it like makes them famous and makes them so much money. You know, it can be something like that, so keep that in mind. Thank you so much, Virgo. Make sure you guys visit my website at violettaalexis.com. You can buy tarot decks, book a reading, buy crystals, buy jewelry, etc. So let's move on to Libra. All right, Libras, let's see here. Pluto direct in your 4th house of home and family, which is going to ingress into Aquarius in March 2024, into your 5th house of creating, dating, creativity, dating, and children, romance, etc. Pluto does rule your 2nd house. So this could be a lot of changes around your finances, around maybe your home life, money that you're making. Maybe you're spending some money to move in some way. This can also be about how maybe your family or your childhood or your past, realizing how much that actually affects you in your day-to-day life or affects your self-esteem. And this is a lot of transformation around that. And for some of you, it could be around like a crisis in regards to home and or family. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look. Hello, Jim. The Page of Pentacles in reverse. The Ace of Pentacles in reverse. You guys can buy this deck on my website, by the way, if you like it. It's like kind of like a Vikings deck, which I really, really like. I love that show. The Sun in reverse. The Queen of Wands. And the Ten of Pentacles. Well, we certainly are not ending too bad. God, you guys, I am like the worst. I thought Virgos were supposed to be good at like organization. So, makes me feel like there are some missed opportunities kind of happening here. Hold on, let me pull up your chart real quick. Missed opportunities kind of happening, but I feel like this is just about more so the solar eclipse in your 1st house of self, really. So it's like you're kind of having to focus on something in regards to yourself and maybe needing to let something else go. Kind of wondering for some of you with the Sun ruling your 11th house of friends, dreams, aspirations, maybe some of you are realizing that you want to pursue something else, but you're having to kind of let go of the company that you keep, or you're needing to possibly let go of maybe a career path, the Moon ruling your 10th house of career and reputation, or an old way of people even perceiving you. Like, no, this is not who I am anymore, fuck off, right? It kind of reminds me of The Office when Ryan, I don't know if you guys watch it, but he was like a temp at this office job, and like they all kind of made fun of him and all kind of teased him a lot, but he was in business school, and then he ended up becoming like a bigwig, right? And so they all ended up working under him. You know, but then he had to act a certain way. He's like, no, you guys can't talk to me like that anymore. You know, it kind of reminds me of something like that. I feel like with this Hierophant here, which is Taurus. Taurus is your 8th house. This could be a lot of deep psychological transformations in regards to your past, and you realizing that you actually have to let go of some things in order to make yourself happy, to feel more confident, and to focus on your own personal, bigger dreams, goals, and aspirations. So let's go ahead and take a look at that Page of Pentacles in reverse. The Three of Wands. Well, what's next? That's what that's giving me. What is next after letting go of this? You know, there's definitely no fear. I think that a lot of you guys with this, with Pluto going direct, eventually going to go into your 5th house, it's about what is making you happy, but the things that you're realizing that you need to kind of reveal about your past and your childhood that are currently affecting you now, how you're portraying yourself, and if that is actually authentic to you now. I think that it looks like with that Ace of Pentacles in reverse, you're also giving up something else, possibly. Something that just seemingly can't come with you. Yeah, and then we have a Page of Swords. So Page of Swords, this is all about finding out more information about something. This is about communication, getting curious. Where do I go now? What am I going to pursue after I kind of drop this other thing? Does it align with my morals and my values? This to me makes me feel like you have a lot of confidence in regards to where you are going. The Sun in your 1st house can bring a lot of confidence. It can bring a lot of eyes on you, especially with you. It can have a bigger focus on goals, dreams, aspirations, and also you could be drawing in a lot of people in towards you. I would definitely pay attention to the company that you keep right now. I feel like a lot of this is going to change. I feel like with this Hierophant here, for some of you, you could maybe be learning something. Of course, maybe you're trying to educate yourself on something, especially with the Sun being here in your 1st house. Maybe there's some kind of dream or aspiration that you have, but you're realizing, okay, well, I have to drop these friends off, or I have to not drop these friends off like a carpool, but I have to let these friends go or let go of these other ideas that I had about myself, etc. So that way I can actually evolve. Yeah, I feel like you have the confidence to kind of like beat the competition with that Seven of Wands. But with that Temperance in reverse, you could kind of want things faster than they're arriving or faster than you can get to them. And it could be something financial because you guys do have Mars going through your second house. Tell me about that Hierophant. The Queen of Pentacles. So money. I will say this, with Mars going through your second house, I will say be careful around spending money. You will spend money far faster than you make it, which is obvious, right? But it can burn a hole in your pocket. God, I had Mars going retrograde. When we had that Mars retrograde in Gemini, I had Mars going retrograde through there. For God, it just freaking sucked, honestly. But to me, this is just you guys really holding on to your morals, your values, standing your ground on things. You know, I really feel like around this solar eclipse in Libra, you guys are going to be letting go of an old version of yourself that just can't come with you. There's also people that are not going to be able to come with you. And I think that you guys doing these deep psychological transformations around maybe a relationship to a parent for some of you, or a relationship around the memory that you have of your childhood, things around that are going to change for some of you. You are simply moving. Okay, it can be you guys getting your finances together so that way you can move. Anything else? Let's look at that Sun in reverse. Tell me about that Sun in reverse. The Hermit in reverse. Some of you are paranoid because you don't want some kind of unwanted attention around some kind of family issue. Okay? Hold on. Hold on. Sorry. Hold on, Libra. Sorry about that. Some of you just don't want some kind of attention around some kind of family issue, really. A lot of you are maybe paranoid that something may come to light, or maybe you have a family member that really did you wrong and they're afraid that something is going to come to light. The Six of Swords in reverse, Wheel of Fortune, is just telling me that, hey, guess what? We need to go backwards so that way we can move forwards. It's something that you're going to be able to easily let go of. I feel like whenever this does happen, I feel like it's more so like, I find that transits really resonate with me, like right when they move into the next sign, or right when they get out of that house. It's like everything that happened during that time is like manifesting and kind of coming to light. Anyway, that's my personal experience. That's what it feels like. And so I feel like it's maybe around March when you actually finally get this confidence, and then you're going to start focusing focusing on what it is that actually makes you happy. And for some of you, having some kind of self-owned business, I see with Pluto going in your 5th house. With that Queen of Wands, definitely going to be feeling yourself. Tell me why that is. The Three of Cups, the company that you keep. I feel like this is all about the company that you're keeping. I think that a lot of you are attracting a lot of friends, groups, communities, whatever it may be that you really resonate with. And I think that it's because a lot of you had to clear out a lot of things about yourself that is essentially and naturally going to attract other people to you, and clearing out old friends, etc. You know? Ten of Pentacles. The Nine of Wands in reverse. Well, sometimes when we give up on something, we gain something else. And I feel like that's exactly what's happening here. So once again, it's having to let go of the old friends, let go of the old familial issues, you know, even if it's like cutting off parents, you know, I hate to say that, or cutting off some family members that are trying to manipulate you or trying to take from you or something like that. I had to cut off family members for years, and it was the best thing that I ever did, honestly, you know, and it's like, blood, what? I don't care. Blood or water, I don't care. You're getting cut off. So and I'm not saying that you guys are going to cut off, you know, family members, but for some of you, you may feel like you need to do that. And what's interesting to me is that your guys' advice is Aquarius. So when Pluto goes into Aquarius, this is your advice. This is about what makes you happy. Express yourself, you know? Maybe you want to work for yourself. This is about you and your personal self-expression and your focus on yourself. Even though that South Node is going through your 1st house, I feel like this is actually going to work, because eventually You know, Pluto is going to make a trine to your first house eventually, you know, especially if you're like a early degree Libra. But I like it. I like it. All right. Thank you, Libra. Let's move on to Scorpio. All right. Thank you guys so much. You can book with me at violettaalexis.com. You can actually buy that deck as well under my shop section on my website. So all of that information is on the screen. Let's see here. Scorpio. All right, Scorpio, let's see here. Pluto is you. All right. So Scorpio, big deal for you. Pluto going direct today. Pluto going direct in your third house. This is of your extended family, how you're thinking, how you're communicating, and possibly even moving, especially because Pluto is going to ingress into Aquarius in your fourth house of home and family in March 2024. Pluto is you. So essentially whatever Pluto and Mars is doing is pretty much what you are doing. Mars is in your first house. You know, this is going to be a very active time for you. And with Pluto going direct in your third house, I really feel like, especially with all these transits going through your 12th, this is really about you focusing on your thought life, what you're thinking, how your subconscious affects how you think, and how you think affects your subconscious, whether you realize it or not. I feel like you are now, or you will. For some of you, you could really be having some very powerful conversations with people, making very powerful moves, learning something that's going to power you up, so to speak, or bring you more power, maybe in regards to a career or something like that. For a lot of you, you are building up maybe community or the people that you surround yourself with. So that way, when it moves in your fourth house, you can move forth and be more comfortable. For some of you, it absolutely could be you getting ready to move or something like that. All right, let's see. Excuse me. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at Scorpio. The Five of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, the Nine of Cups, the Five of Wands in reverse, the Nine of Wands in reverse. My goodness. Okay. Well, you know, I'm kind of wondering if this has something to do with your 12th house transits a little bit. I think that for some of you, maybe it's some kind of abandonment issues, okay? Maybe you guys are working through some kind of abandonment issue or money issue or a subconscious behavior, a subconscious pattern that maybe you've been holding on to for a very, very long time, which has essentially made you feel kind of disconnected with others or disconnected from self even. I think you're going to get to a point here where you're going to realize what actually makes you content, and you're going to start focusing more on those things. Until, you know, Pluto hits your fourth house, we're going to be more so focused on, being content within your home and your family life. With right now, I feel like you're building more so of a community of sorts, or you're trying to build up some kind of content, or maybe you're into some kind of writing project, or like I said, just getting ready to move. Maybe you feel like you don't have the funds or something like that. Five of Wands in reverse. This just makes me feel like you want peace. That's what this makes me feel like. Don't, you know, leave me alone. I'm over here eating my Oreos and, you know, twiddling my thumbs, you know. Nine of Wands in reverse. Well, this can mean that you're really tired of fighting for something. It can also mean that you're giving up and or you're giving in to something. So let's go ahead and take a look. Ugh. Okay. So, you know, there's definitely something going on where it can be something financial. Don't get me wrong. Sure. Maybe it's something financial. It feels more subconscious. It feels like some kind of subconscious issue. I don't know if it's something from your past, if it's something from a past life, if you believe in that kind of thing, but it's kind of messing with your confidence a little bit. I think with that Justice and that King of Wands at the bottom of the deck, I feel like this is your true self. You know, I feel like you are generally very confident, or it's almost like you're trying to pull this sense of confidence from the depths, right? But you may be having a hard time. You may be kind of feeling like you want to isolate yourself a little bit for some of you. And I feel like you might during this Pluto direct. Maybe some of you guys are kind of taking a backseat and maybe working on some kind of writing project or something like that. You guys are going to have a solar eclipse in Libra in your 12th house. So this is like a brand new beginning. It could be something about you guys working on something behind the scenes. You know, and maybe it's something that's very healing for you as well. It certainly can be. I feel like a lot of you are just trying to find your confidence again. Rick, you're so dumb. The Four of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. Wow. Some of you are holding back something that you really want to say. Can I say that? It feels like that, especially with Pluto going direct. Like, I feel with Pluto retrograde, for some of you, you could have like found something out or figured something out, and maybe you're kind of holding on to it, or you've been holding on to it, but for some of you, you're getting ready to kind of let it fly. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, some of you are getting ready to like speak some shit into existence, you know, or say something to, yeah, look, High Priestess in reverse. Some of y'all are getting ready to spill the good tea or something like that. Okay, is it about family? Is it about yourself? Maybe? Tell me about that Two of Cups in reverse. The Lovers in reverse. Oh, I feel like you're gonna make somebody mad. I don't know if you care, because it's like, I'm gonna be honest, Scorpio, after you like tell whatever this is, it causes some form of disconnect, or maybe you're keeping it from someone, you know. Ooh. I feel like somebody is pissed. I feel like somebody is so pissed. It feels like somebody's super pissed. And you're just kind of like, oh, well. You know? Nine of Cups. Oh, well. The Two of Pentacles in reverse. I don't care. It's interesting because it's like you throw this flame ball and then you just kind of drop it. This is like a moment that you see in a movie where you walk in and you spill the tea at like a wedding, and then you're like, all right, bye. And then you like steal a couple of like cheese and crackers and you go to the bar, you know? Or like, I don't know what you're doing. The Five of Wands in reverse. The Tower. I told you. It's like how you see in the movies where the guy like blows up the car and then he walks away. You know, it's like in slow motion. You know what I mean? Nine of Wands in reverse. Nine of Wands in reverse and the Eight of Pentacles. What are we giving up on? The Hangman. There's something that you've been sacrificing for a while, and maybe it was you biting your tongue with something. It could be you. It could have been you, like, biting your tongue with something. Yeah, Page of Wands, Eight of Wands. I don't feel like you're doing that anymore. You gave up on, like, sacrificing something. Because you felt like it was hurting you more than it was hurting anybody else. Neptune. Whew. Neptune is in your 5th house right now. But Neptune also rules your... Yeah, Neptune rules your 5th house. Tuh. Neptune's in Pisces, you idiot. Oh, this is like the hidden, like something that was an illusion or a delusion, or maybe it was about a lover or a younger person. Could be about a younger person. 5th house can represent younger people. Could be about drugs. Could be about... You know, Neptune can represent, like, somebody less fortunate. But it just makes me feel like you're shattering an illusion or something. Very Scorpionic. So, thank you, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter placements. You can book with me at violettaalexis.com. And you can also buy crystals, jewelry, tarot decks, etc. So, let's go ahead and take a look. Let's see for my Saggies. All right, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, what do we have? All right, Pluto's going direct in your 2nd house, which is eventually going to ingress into your 3rd house in March 2024 into Aquarius. Pluto rules your 12th house. This is of like the hidden, the subconscious, your dream life, mental health, and addictions. So this could be like trusting your gut when it comes to like your money, expenses, your possessions, the things that you value. This is like about trusting the universe, trusting the process with something, knowing that God has your back, you know. And this can also be like subconscious issues with your self-esteem mixed with your values. So like maybe you have this subconscious idea that what you possess is your own personal value. So like the things that you have, like cars, etc. Maybe it's something like that, and maybe it's more subconscious. But I think that a lot of this stuff is kind of coming to light for some of you. I feel like a lot of you, it could be about you guys having this like habit or this maybe mental health issue. I don't know, where maybe you spend a lot of money when you're stressed out, or when you get into that negative headspace, whatever it may be. There's something that's getting ready to change when it comes to your mental health and how it relates to, and your addictions, and how it relates to the things that you possess, your self-esteem, your self-worth, and your self-value. You guys are having that solar eclipse in Libra in your 11th house. It's definitely going to feel like, I'm feeling like for some of you, there's a friend or something like that that you feel is holding you back or not allowing you to express yourself in the way that you want. Or maybe a group of people, you feel like they're kind of holding you back in some way and not allowing you to, like they're trying to silence you or quiet your sense of self-expression or something like that. So let's see. Ten of Swords. Damn. The Seven of Pentacles. The Tower in reverse. The Eight of Swords. God damn, Saggy. The Temperance in reverse. That Temperance in reverse has come out a lot. And the Page of Cups. Well, I like seeing the Page of Cups here. A child could possibly be very healing to you at this time. The King of Wands in reverse and the Three of Swords. So there's definitely something that's kind of ending, and I'm wondering if it's about like a friendship that's going on. For some of you, maybe it's an old way of making money, okay? Maybe it's an old thing that you thought that you valued, which you realize you just had a weird tie to because of some kind of like past issue or some kind of subconscious issue or mental health issue or addiction. Maybe some of you had a gambling addiction, I don't know, right? But it feels like with that Seven of Pentacles, you're trying to figure out like how to invest your money for some of you, where you want to put your money, how you want to spend it even. Tower in reverse can represent a couple of things. It can represent like avoiding change, which is definitely something you don't want to do when Pluto is going direct, you know, or retrograde, really. Retrograde is more of like a reflection of things, but when it's going direct, definitely don't try to avoid change, right? Pluto is basically saying, metaphorically, change or die. And so there's definitely going to be some changes, but I feel like with that Eight of Swords, it's like you don't like your choices or you don't like the changes that are being given to you. With that Temperance in reverse, I feel like you're kind of losing your patience with something. Don't lose your head. I want to say don't lose your head. Don't get back into old subconscious or bad habits, I want to say. Let's go ahead and take a look at that Ten of Swords. Thanks, Stacy. The Five of Swords in reverse. It's just like a feeling of like, you know, I'm never going to win. I just got to dead this, you know, or it's just done, you know. But in traditional Rider-Waite tarot, if you look at the Ten of Swords, you can see that the guy who got stabbed, he's holding a symbol like this, which is actually represents fortune after difficulty. And so I feel like a lot of you are going to have some kind of fortune after difficulty. It's just kind of going to kind of suck at first. And it can be something as simple as realizing you're going to have to let some kind of old dream or aspiration go, or you're going to have to let some kind of old group, community, or friendship go of some sort. Let's take a look at that Seven of Pentacles. Some of you are going to budget better. Queen of Cups in reverse. Okay. I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm not sure what's going on during this Pluto direct for you. Like, what's going on for you specifically. But Astrid, thank you so much for the super chat question. I will say that there are some trust issues that you are having. And I don't know if it's with yourself and money, okay? It could be an issue around you and money, like just straight up, or it could be an issue around self-esteem, but I feel like it's more about like what you're choosing to invest your time and your energy into and what's good and what's not good for you. With that 8 of Cups in reverse, I will say once again, be careful of falling back into old shitty spending habits, excuse my French. Be careful of falling back into bad budgeting habits, bad spending habits, etc. With everything that you've learned during Pluto retrograde, don't go and screw it up, okay? Is basically what I want to say. Then you have the Tower here. Tower in reverse. What's up, Bonnie? Hello, Sonia. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. I don't know why I got so sad all of a sudden. I just got so sad. Can I get one more? 2 of Swords. A lot of you are avoiding change. I'm not gonna lie. Like, a lot of you are avoiding change in some way because it's like you just can't bear it, or you just can't deal with that right now. Or, you know, it can be, maybe it's something with the home, you know, with Saturn, Neptune in your 4th. You know, Neptune can bring like leakage issues, you know. Saturn, it can make you like need to renovate a home or something like that. Maybe you're realizing that, you know, Pluto in the 2nd house, spending money on this house just wasn't for you, and you're like, I really need to let this go. It's like falling apart, or, you know, it can be something like that, or it can be something that's more emotional for you. And so you're having like a hard time kind of letting go of it because maybe you had this like subconscious attachment to it. 12th house. Then you have the 8 of Swords here. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles in reverse. This is like this, what are people gonna think? You know, what are people gonna think? How is this going to affect my status? How is this going to affect my finances, etc.? You know, with Jupiter in your 6th house, I would definitely focus on like taking care of your physical health, focusing on where the good stuff is. You know, that doesn't mean don't focus on like what the problem is, but I think that a lot of you with focusing on your day-to-day, your work, your routine is really going to benefit you in some way. You know, that's really going to trickle down the rest of your being, so to speak. Because I don't like that Temperance in reverse. It makes me worried that you're going to fall into some kind of like psychological habits. Now, keep in mind, tarot is not a definitive, understand? Like, you can change this reality. This does not have to be what it is. That's why tarot is such a great tool, because you can listen to me and be like, okay, well, I'm going to watch out for that and make sure that I don't do that. You feel me? The Sun. Okay, well, I like this because it's like whatever self-sabotaging habits that you do have, I feel like you're going to get them. Like, I feel like you're going to kick them in the ass, kind of. Especially with the Sun, that is getting ready to go in your 12th house of self-sabotaging behaviors, bad habits, etc. Or excuse me, mental health, etc. And so I feel like you guys are at least going to be able to pinpoint what it is. And so if you're able to pinpoint what it is, I feel like that's going to bring you more happiness because you actually can do something about it. Tell me about that Page of Cups. But definitely like focusing on your health. Like your physical health is going to help you with the rest of the stuff, I believe. The Death card. So I'm wondering for some of you, right? This is like a side note. I just want to say, especially with Saturn in the 4th, For some of you, there are some hard things that you have been looking at, especially with Saturn being retrograde since June of this year. There have been a lot of like memories that you've had about like maybe an issue with a father or a mother or both that have really affected your self-esteem and your self-worth issues, which has essentially affected you subconsciously. And I feel like a lot of you guys keep returning to that. Now, if you keep returning to something that has been long gone, that's usually because there's something that still needs to be healed or something that needs to be addressed in regards to those things. And the thing is it's usually going to keep showing up until it is fixed. And, you know, I had an issue with one of my parents forever, right? And I was finally able to, like, reconcile that last month. And, like, this sensitive issue with me would not stop coming up. And then I had that talk with that person. And it just felt like, oh, my God, I can finally, like, let go of this. You know, and sometimes it takes, like, verbally addressing it or, you know, however you need to. But definitely feel like there's some things going on. And then we have Cancer, which is a natural representation of the fourth house. Not of yours, but Cancer naturally rules the fourth house, which can talk about home, family. So weird. Oh, my God. Which can talk about home, family, the mother. You know, the things that make us feel comfortable, the things that nurture us, the things that protect us, etc. And so I'm definitely feeling like there's things that you're needing to do after Pluto goes direct that are going to feel nurturing to you and that are going to make you feel good. That doesn't mean like retail therapy, right? Pluto direct in the second house. But yeah, so you'll be good. You'll be all right. All right, let's see. Thank you so much, Sagittarius. You can book with me at www.violettaalexis.com. Also, if you want to get one of these decks that I've been using, you can buy them from my website, and you can also buy like jewelry, crystals, etc., things like that. All right, let's go ahead and look at Cappies. Yay. All right, Capricorns, let's see. All right, big dogs. Pluto going direct in your first house of self, which is eventually going to ingress into Aquarius in March 2024. So there's been a lot of, you know, change, metaphorical death in regards to yourself, who you are, your physical appearance, and how you are portraying yourself. Pluto does rule your 11th house of groups, communities, friends, networks, groups that you're a part of, and your bigger goals, dreams, and aspirations. Now, Capricorn does rule skin, teeth, bones, etc. So there could have been maybe some like work on your teeth that you were getting done, maybe some skin treatments or something like that, maybe something with your bones. And you're changing as well because of who you're surrounding yourself with. So who you've been surrounding yourself with has been of utter importance, and who you're going to continue to surround yourself with is also going to be of utter importance. Now, please understand that when Pluto does go into Aquarius in March, it's still going to move back. It's going to go retrograde again in your first house. So hopefully it won't be terrible, right? Pluto transits aren't always to be feared. They're just, you know, Pluto is asking us, hey, transform or die, dude, you know, metaphorically speaking. And so you guys have definitely been going through it for a very long time. I think that a lot of you, with the changes that you're making or the changes you're about to make or the changes that you've been making, are directly affecting your friendships and the people that you're surrounding yourself with. So let's go ahead and take a look. The Queen of Cups, okay. The Chariot, double Cancerian energy here. The Five of Swords in reverse. Rach, thank you for the super chat. Four of Swords in reverse, the Two of Wands, and the Knight of Cups. Wow. Okay. There's a lot of love kind of going on here. I'm not going to lie. This is like a lot of love. And I'm kind of wondering if it's Jupiter and Uranus that's been going through your fifth house of dating and romance. For a lot of you, that's where your focus is going to be. You could be falling in love. You could be in love with someone right now. I'm wondering if after Pluto goes direct, after the physical changes you made, maybe you attract a partner if you're single. Or because of the changes you made, you know, maybe you're kind of, you know, Pluto can be a very sexual sign. You know what I mean? Pluto can be a very sexual sign. So some of you have been kind of, having a good time in the bedroom, or you will be. Maybe there will be a lot more like sexual stuff kind of going on, and Pluto will be, no, not quite yet. Scratch that. I feel like a lot of you are healing something. And it could just be like physical healing as well with that Four of Swords in reverse, A lot of you are going to feel like maybe you need some time alone, or maybe you're just wanting to spend more time with a partner, etc. But you're getting ready to make some kind of big decision. Could be around dating, creativity, or romance during this Pluto direct until March. So tell me about that Queen of Cups. The Knight of Swords. Yeah, I feel like this is you guys like emotionally expressing yourself. This to me makes me very much think of Jupiter and Uranus in your 5th house. This makes me feel like you guys are maybe writing something that's very true to your heart. Maybe because of the changes that you've made, you decide like what you want in a partner, what makes you happy when it comes to a partner, etc. This is really expanding your joy and your heart space and what it is that makes you happy. And I feel like you guys are just going towards that, or somebody could be going towards you if you are single. But if you're already with somebody, I feel like this is just more fast forward movement, especially with that Chariot there. The Nine of Swords. For some of you, be careful of like issues with a vehicle, especially with Saturn and Neptune in the 3rd house. Be careful of like issues with a vehicle. You guys could be worried about issues with a vehicle. Give me one more on that. The Six of Wands in reverse. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like you guys are worried about like having to compete in like a certain field. And I don't know if this is in regards to dating. Maybe you're afraid that somebody's gonna put you in like a competitive situation, or if this is around the solar eclipse that is happening in your 10th house of career and reputation. It feels like you guys are, the worry seems more in your head than it actually is a reality, because it seems like you guys are actually accomplishing something, or at the very least you're going for something, even though you're afraid that it's not going to work out. So maybe this is a change in career. Maybe for some of you, this is about you guys deciding to, go from single to dating, changing your relationship status. Maybe you're going from dating to getting married. It can be something like that. Or maybe now you're finally becoming a father, or you're finally becoming a mother. Status doesn't always have to be about like, oh, my career, my job has changed. It can be about like your relationship status as well, especially with those transits happening in your 5th. Tell me about that Five of Swords. The Emperor in reverse. For some of you, you're letting go of a shitty boss. You're letting go of a job because of a shitty boss, or you're finally letting go of control because you realize that a lot in your life you actually don't have the control. And I feel like you guys have already kind of realized that with Pluto going into your 1st house for like ever, It could also be you're realizing that you keep trying to go after something, which you may feel like other people can't come with you. Maybe you're trying to seriously like get a managerial position or something, and now you're realizing like, hey guys, I can't really go out drinking with you anymore. Like I'm trying to, so it can't just be something as simple as that. Keep that in mind. Now you have the Four of Swords in reverse. Let's see this. The Hermit. Wow. The King of Cups and the Two of Cups. This is a lot about love. What are we stressed about? The Five of Cups in reverse. I really feel like you guys are, I don't want to say desperate for change, but I'm almost getting like, I don't want to go back there. I don't want to go back to who I was, or the kind of friends I hung out with, or the kind of people I attracted, or any kind of health issues. For some of you, you're recovering from a health issue. I know that a lot of people, when they have Pluto going through their 1st house, it can very much like trigger or bring up some kind of health issue that needs to be dealt with. Like I had an Aquarius rising friend. When Aquarius hit that 1st house, this person found out that they had cancer. Like, it was crazy. And then it like went back in their 12th house. So they like rested, relaxed. They took off time from work. It was freaking crazy, right? And so I know that, Michaela, thank you so much for the super chat question. A lot of you guys maybe have gone through some kind of health crisis or health issue, and maybe that's kind of transforming, maybe that's kind of changing, and you're like, I don't ever want to go back there again. I want to focus on my loved ones. You know, I think that a lot of you are like appreciating life more. Even if you didn't go through some kind of health issue, maybe you went through some kind of like mental crisis or something like that, you know? And I think that a lot of you guys are just kind of trying to figure out like who you are now after all of these changes have been implemented, and how you don't want to go back to the way that things were when they were not how you wanted them. Then we have the Two of Wands. The King of Swords. For some of you, you guys are getting advice in regards to like what you're doing and where you're going in life, basically. What your big dreams, aspirations are, and what you need to do. Like maybe for some of you with Uranus and Jupiter in your 5th house, maybe you guys are deciding that your big goal, dream, aspiration is you actually don't want to work for anybody. You don't want to work for anybody. You want to work for yourself, you know? And for some of you, you could be actually getting advice from somebody else that's going to allow you to move in the right direction. Whatever that may be. Then you have the Knight of Cups to kind of end it. The Three of Cups. I love this. It feels so like lovey-dovey, like woo, like it feels very lovey-dovey or very creative. Don't get me wrong. I think that there's a lot of healing that's going on. If you have children, I think that that could be very healing for you. If you have a partner, somebody that you're dating, I feel like that could be very healing for you. I feel like it's the possibility of children, the possibility of working for yourself, of getting into a relationship if you're single is definitely very possible, or some kind of relationship with somebody, whether it's a child or a partner, is definitely growing. Saturn, I love that you got Saturn for your advice. So this is about you, baby. Just focus on you. Continue to just roll with the punches, make the necessary changes that you need to, and just keep moving forward. You know, it's like one foot in front of the other. It's kind of how they say, like, how do you eat a whale? One bite at a time, you know? All right, thank you so much, Capricorn and Capricorn Rising. You can book with me at violettaalexis.com. You can also buy crystals, jewelry, and any decks that you want on my website as well under the shop section. So let's move on to Aquarius. I always use these cards for you guys because I just feel like they're like so Aquarian. I don't know why. So let's see, Aquarius, you guys have Pluto going direct in your 12th house and is going to be ingressing into your 1st house of self, which is going to be in March of 2024, so of next year. Pluto rules your 10th house of career and reputation. So this is like changes in regards to maybe some mental health issues, maybe some kind of addictions, self-sabotaging behaviors. I feel like you guys are having some huge career changes. For some of you that did go through some kind of health issue, I feel like maybe you took a back seat, maybe took some time off of work. You know, Pluto being the ruler of the 10th and going retrograde in your 12th can talk about somebody who's taking time off of work, taking time off of the old hustle and bustle of life and kind of relaxing and trying to focus on their mental health and resting and healing, etc. For others of you, it could be that you have been working on something for your career, working on something to put out. I don't know, maybe you're working on a freaking screenplay, right? And you're going to want to launch it or something like that. It can definitely be something in that regard. I feel like you guys are going to have a new status, a new career. And with Pluto going through your 1st house and Pluto ruling your 10th house, this is making me feel like you guys are going to be in some kind of power is what this is giving me. So yeah, let's see. The Death in reverse. So this is just making me feel like that's like Pluto retrograde. Damn, the 5 of Swords. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Good God, the King of Wands in reverse. The Page of Swords in reverse and the 3 of Wands. What the hell is going on here? All right, let's see. There's the Hermit and the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. So definitely a lot of like backseat things. Maybe you guys are working on something from behind the scenes. Maybe you're just simply working on yourself. Whatever it is that you were doing, there are changes that are desperately still being, that are needed to be made. This could be around your health. Maybe you still need to get those checkups. Maybe you're needing to put the last finishing touches on that screenplay. You know, maybe you're needing to take care of some self-sabotaging habits or mental health issues before you do come into some kind of position of power. Because I'm telling you, for a lot of Aquarius risings, you guys are going to be coming into some kind of power, and you need to take it seriously. And so I feel like you will. Five of Swords, Queen of Pentacles in reverse can tell me that there's some kind of insecurity in some way. Now, I see a Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and I see a King of Wands in reverse. So, you know, this could be like a masculine and a feminine thing, or this could just simply be you, your masculine and your feminine energy. Now, it seems like there is a feminine here who's not doing financially well, or she seems to be somewhat insecure, and this masculine seems to be having his feelings hurt in some way over assumptions. Page of Swords in reverse, over assuming something, etc. And then Three of Wands can represent like travel. Maybe it's representing moving, or it's like going after something that you want. So let's go ahead and take a look at that Death in reverse. Alrighty. The High Priestess in reverse and the Seven of Wands in reverse. This is making me feel like these are these self-sabotaging behaviors, right? This is like feeling too intimidated to do something, feeling too fearful to go out and get that job that you want, to go out and be that business shark that you want to be. S, thank you so much for the super chat question. To go out there and get what's yours, to get into that position of power, you have to let go of the reasons why you think you're not worth it, or what you think you can't accomplish. What about what you can? What if I literally told you whatever you go after, you're going to accomplish with no problem? Would you actually go and do it if I could guarantee? So why don't you just act like it's a guarantee and live in that energy? Because I feel like you're really going to be able to get something that you want, but it's like you have to get over yourself, you know, in some way. Like you got to get over yourself and realize that you got something. That Five of Swords, tell me about that. The Emperor. Like I said, what if I told you that you could have everything that you wanted, right? The Emperor and the Five of Swords, I mean, this is somebody who is literally in power. This is somebody who comes into power. This is somebody who, you know, at all costs is going to come into power and rise to some kind of status, fame for some of you, you know? Some big position of power, like a business shark, or, you know, maybe it's just that you really want to be married or something. The Lover is the Seven of Pentacles. You know, maybe you end up attracting a very powerful partner. What's up, Jasmine? How you doing? Then we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. The Ace of Wands. If you are a feminine, it could quite literally be that you end up changing. It could be that you change your like status out in the world. Like maybe you're a business owner, maybe you become like some CEO, who knows, right? But for others of you, you guys could like marry into money. Okay, I'm not even gonna lie. Like there could be something where your relationship status changes, maybe because of a relationship, or your status changes because of a relationship. Maybe it's something like that. For others of you, if you're a masculine, you could be very attracted to somebody, but you could feel like they're being very cold or kind of giving you the cold shoulder. You may feel like they have other options or something like that. Tell me about that King of Wands. This could be somebody that you sexually fantasize about. Damn, the Ten of Cups. It's like you want a family or you want some kind of relationship, but like for some reason you're not confident that you can have that, yet you're confident that you can have like this power in your career, which, or in your reputation. And I feel like you will have your reputation for being very powerful and like getting what you want, but like when it comes to some kind of family issue or when it comes to relationship, it seems like you're not very confident in it. Why? The Three of Cups, you feel like there's a third party, or you feel like somebody's friend zoning you if you're a masculine. If you're a feminine, you could be friend zoning a guy. If you're into guys, listen, whatever. Tell me about that Page of Swords. The Four of Swords in reverse. Don't do that. You know, don't do that. Like, you just went through this whole, like, Pluto transit in your 12th house for what? For you to get back in a shitty-ass mind frame and be like, oh my God, well, what if? Well, what if what? You know? Just get out of your head about things. Don't start, like, don't do that thing where you're, like, tired all day and then you go to lay to bed at night and then all of a sudden you think about everything that could possibly go wrong, right? Christine, thank you so much for the super chat question. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself, right? Because that's how it always works. Don't do that to yourself. The World in reverse and the Six of Wands. You know, don't start thinking about all the things that you could have. All you have is right now. All you have is right now in this very moment. Very well. Thank you so much for the super chat question. All you have is the present, and what you decide to do with the present moment is somewhat how your future is going to look. So what you decide to do with these moments right now that you have in your hands is how the future can progress. So it's really going to be up to you. So don't start getting in your own head after you've made all these changes in regards to your habits, your self-defeating tendencies, etc., and then go back to that place because somebody's giving you the cold shoulder or whatever, okay? The Three of Wands and the Ten of Wands. Okay. Well, I will say this. A lot of you guys are putting in the motherfucking work. You know? Yeah, you guys are putting in the work. You know? I mean, there's no joke about it with that Three of Wands and that Ten of Wands. You guys are absolutely going for it. Like, there's absolutely no inhibition. Like, it's like maybe you make an assumption about a person, then you're like, you know what, fuck this, right? So what you guys have is water for your advice. Well, on this card, it talks about spirituality, emotion, intuition, and compassion. So instead of getting in your head, let your gut talk to you. Don't talk to yourself in your head, because I guarantee you that narrative that you are having inside of your head, that you are producing for yourself inside of your head, is going to fuck you, you know, and it's not going to feel good either. No lube. Sorry, not trying to be gross, but it's not going to feel good. So listen to your gut, focus on the things that you can control, focus on the present moment, and can the rest. It's pretty much it. Looks good though, Aqua. All right, last but not least, let's look at Pisces. All right, Pisces, let's see. Pisces, you guys are having Pluto go direct in your 11th house of friends, groups, communities, networks, and your audience. Also, your bigger dreams and aspirations is going to ingress into your 12th house in Aquarius in March 2024. Pluto rules your 9th house of publishing, mentors, teachers, long-distance travel, higher education, legalities, your higher self, your faith. And this is going to be a lot of changes that are actually happening in regards to your audience, in regards to your friendships, in regards to your networks, your community, your bigger dreams, goals, aspirations, etc. I feel like a lot of you guys are going to be focusing on associating yourself with higher vibe people, or people that are more spiritual, or people that are maybe more like God-loving people, or something like that, or people who are like powerful mentors or teachers. I think that a lot of you are going to find that your power is going to come from not necessarily what you know, although I think that's important. It's going to be around who you know. I think that network for you equals power during this Pluto direct. When it goes in your 12th house, this is definitely going to be a transformation around any mental health issues, around self-sabotaging behaviors, and around creativity or things that you're working on behind the scenes. So let's go ahead and take a look. Oops, let me change the sign. The Ace of Wands, the Sun, wow. The Five of Swords, that Five of Swords is coming out a lot, isn't it? Okay. Ace of Wands, sorry, I know you guys can't see them all. These are freaking huge ass cards. The Ace of Wands, the Sun, the Five of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Well, Jesus. Excuse me. Wow, so there's a huge focus here. You guys have the sun right now, or yeah, it's in your 8th house. So there's already a big focus on like other people's money or possibly taxes, debts, etc. I feel like a lot of inspiration in regards to that, or maybe a partner is making a lot of money. That could definitely be it. You guys are very inspired to express yourself in some way, or maybe get into some kind of creative business. It seems like you're very determined, like win at all costs. I see the 3 of Pentacles here, which is giving me that Pluto 11th house. The Pluto direct in the 11th house. For some of you, you're like collaborating with somebody to fix your finances, or to fix your reputation, or to help your finances and or reputation and your status. With that Fool there, it feels like you're letting go of old ideas, letting go of baggage, and you're deciding to do something differently. Now, the Fool is technically Uranus. So maybe it is Uranus going through your 3rd house. Maybe it's somebody in your neighborhood. Maybe it is a friend within your community. Maybe you're working on some kind of writing project with people. Maybe you are just collaborating with people, having these conversations that are kind of surprising or out of nowhere, but end up benefiting you in some way. So let's go ahead and take a look at that Ace of Wands. Seven of Cups in reverse. So this to me is making me feel like you have thought about your options for a while, and now you know exactly what it is that you're going to choose. Maybe you decide who it is that you want to collaborate with. Maybe you decide, okay, these are the kind of people that I want to surround myself with because these kind of people inspire me. And this is you kind of getting your head out of your ass. Here's some high vibrational, higher self decisions that you're trying to make. And then we have the 2 of Wands. So this makes me feel like, and I've said this before, higher self decisions get higher self outcomes. So when you start associating yourself with 9th house kind of people, more spiritual people, mentors, spiritualists, you know, God-fearing people, who knows, right? Whatever you believe to be high vibrational, spiritualist, whatever. It feels like because of that, you're feeling inspired because of the people that you're surrounding yourself with. So tell me about that Sun. Queen of Cups. You're doing what you love and you love what you're doing, is basically all this is. You know, especially because the Sun is also about to be in your 9th house as well. Then going to go through your 10th house. I feel like this is you associating yourself with people that feel like they're supposed to be in your life at just the right time. That's what that makes me feel like. It feels very fated. You guys are having that solar eclipse in Libra in your 8th house. So this could be quite literally like joining finances with people, okay, for some of you. Could be working with people to gain more finances, maybe something like that. Maybe you feel like you can finally rely on someone, you know. And then when it moves in your 10th house, I feel like you're going to be shining. 9th house, though, this is a big deal about faith and travel and higher education. It just feels like you're putting a lot of focus into the things that make your heart feel good. Then we have Temperance, Knight of Swords in reverse. This just makes me feel like you're content with whatever is going on. I love this reading so much. You're just content with whatever is going on. You don't feel like you have to like plow away necessarily. It seems like you're going with the flow. Oh, we got a card that fell out. Wow. You have an intention to win, but it's almost like you're doing it. Feels like you're doing it through other people, like you're winning through other people, or other people are helping you win. You decided what you want. You're not avoiding something. This is like you taking on your bigger aspirations and bigger goals and integrating your talents, gifts, skills, and abilities to get it done. And what you're doing is you're networking with others and collaborating with others to make sure that that happens for you. Good night, Kay. Wow. This is something that you've wanted for a really long time. Like, this is something that you've wanted for a really long time. And the Devil's here. The Devil doesn't always have to be bad. The Devil's here. And the Devil is Capricorn. And with Pluto going direct in your Capricorn 11th house, this makes me feel like because you're working with somebody else, you're finally accomplishing some kind of dream that you've always wanted. This is a great reading, I'm not going to lie. Wow, then the Seven of Wands. it's like because you're connecting with somebody, it's like you're able to breeze through the competition. It's like sometimes you just need a little bit of help, or sometimes you just need somebody to have your back with something. And that's what it looks like. It looks like you have an idea, you have an inspiration, you see the reality of how to get there, and you're teaming up with people and bringing your best gifts, talents, skills, and abilities to the table. And it's like people are looking at you like an asset. Eighth house. Then you have the Fool here to end it. Ooh, what's the Five of Wands about? Okay. The Chariot in reverse. You know what it feels like? It feels like you're doing something out of the box. It feels like you're saying something, or you're doing something that's super out of the box, and then you're met with some kind of resistance from somebody. I feel like somebody doesn't like that you're like in the scene or you're accomplishing something. I will say this, Pisces, be careful of people that are jealous. I would say don't, oh my God, and then you got house 11, which is literally the house that Pluto is going direct in. So this is about, you know, networking equals power for you right now. It's going to be very important for you to network with people, to be able to focus on your bigger goals, dreams, and aspirations. I love this reading. Getting together with like-minded people, etc., is going to be important for you. High vibe people. So thank you so much, Pisces. If you want to book with me, you can do so at violettaalexis.com. You can also buy jewelry, crystals, or tarot decks there as well under the shop section. All right, guys, moving on to super chat questions. Shouldn't take me too long. Let's see. All right. All right. All right, here we go. All right, super chat answers, please. Oh, you're welcome, Pinky. Of course. You're welcome, Perky. Saggy baby, where are you? I am at my desk. All right, let's see. Stacy, thank you so much for the super chat question. Alrighty, let's see. All right, if you guys want to get this deck that I'm shuffling right now, you can do so on my website. It is called the Steampunk Tarot Deck. All right, let's see here. All right. Where the hell am I? All right. Thank you, Piscean Empress, for the $5. Uniquely yours. What is the Leo not saying to me? The Devil in reverse and the Three of Wands. He feels like something is toxic, or there's some kind of fear or negative attachment here, but he's just kind of waiting to see what happens, or he's waiting to see what you do. Let's see. Thank you, Uniquely Yours. Karmic Karen. I'm Virgo. Sun with Pluto in Leo, 19 degrees, natal 12th house, and he's an Aquarius. Sun with Pluto in Virgo, retrograde 5 degrees in his 8th house natal. Do you see us progressing together? Thank you so much. The Three of Swords, the Two of Pentacles in reverse. It feels like somebody's still holding on to some kind of heartache or some kind of past issue that they're maybe still harboring in some way. It feels like there's some kind of confusion around it. The Queen of Wands, I feel like there's a very strong attraction to you, but maybe a lack of confidence of where this is going, or maybe some kind of delay in regards to where this is going due to some kind of potential past crisis that's still kind of lingering. The Piscean Empress, will JB be back? Love you, Beau. Love you too. The Wheel of Fortune, the Knight of Swords, the Star, and the Eight of Wands. I'm going to say yes. If you guys are at a distance, there could be some kind of travel, or it's just that he's just kind of letting go of control, but eventually I feel like he's going to express himself in some way, like very determined to do so, where he kind of rushes in, where it could feel like it's coming out of nowhere. And with that Star there to the Eight of Wands, I feel like there's going to be some kind of dual discussion that ends up being very healing for the both of you, that brings more hope into the dynamic or into the connection. Allison Finch, who's coming my way in love? The Judgment in reverse, the Hierophant in reverse. Could be a Scorpio or a Taurus. This to me seems like somebody, I feel like that Queen of Pentacles is you, the Tower. This could be Scorpio energy again, Scorpio and Aries. I have double Scorpio, Aries, and Taurus. This to me makes me feel like this is somebody that kind of comes out of nowhere. Like, it feels like you're living this, like, cool, calm, collected life in some kind of way, right? At least from a 3D perspective. Then it seems like somebody comes out of nowhere, tries to push something on you, and it feels very uncomfortable. This is like somebody who will stand on a soapbox and yell things that actually mean nothing at all. It could be somebody from the past, you know, but regardless, even if it's not, this could be somebody who's like misjudging you, or you could even misjudge them, but it feels like they're misjudging you, or they're getting the wrong idea about you and then trying to like push something on you. And it could feel destabilizing in some way and quite frankly fucking annoying. Allison, thank you. Astrid, will Elle return to me at some point? Thank you, gorgeous. You're welcome. Page of Cups in reverse and the Lovers in reverse makes me feel like he maybe isn't really like in his feelings right now. It seems like he's just not feeling super vulnerable. You know, he could be very detached from his emotions at this time. So I'm not seeing anything right now. Rach, D canceled our call today to attend an event. He's been delaying this call since May. Should I just give up, or does he actually want to heal things? What does he want, Rach? The Nine of Pentacles in reverse and the Magician. I'm gonna be honest. So the Magician is intentional. The Nine of Pentacles in reverse is I want you to think that I am better than I actually am. I feel like this is somebody who may be doing this on purpose in some way to manipulate the situation or to make you feel less than in some way. Because the Magician is there, it makes me feel like it is intentional. Give me one more. I'm gonna pull one more. Yep, told you. Five of Swords. It's intentional. He's doing it on purpose to fuck with you. Let's see. Michaela, how does the Libra feel about our connection, and are his intentions genuine? How does he feel about the connection? The Ten of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. He may be very in love with you, may feel like he can be very open and honest with you, may feel like he can actually be himself, feel like he can have something with you, like in 10 years, 20 years, something like that. Intentions. The High Priestess and the Ace of Cups. Now, I feel like this person wants to offer you genuine love. Like, I don't feel like this person is, like, playing all his cards. I feel like he's playing his cards close to the chest, but I feel like it's more so for his own protection or his own safety, but I didn't see any bad intentions. S, what did Jay think of my feedback? And was it the right choice to withdraw from the situation? What did Jay think of S's feedback? Ooh, the Ten of Swords, the Chariot in reverse. Made this person feel like a failure, or made them feel betrayed or sad, or like, holy shit, that sucked. You know? Can be like an ego death a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. You're welcome, Rach. Let me see. Was it the right choice to withdraw from the situation? You really need to ask yourself if this is actually what you want and if you're actually getting your needs met. Is this just like something fun for you, or do you feel like you need to free yourself from this because you're actually not getting what it is that you genuinely emotionally need from somebody? That is my advice to you. Christine, how does person A feel about me, and how does person B feel about me? Show me person A. Person A may want to heal things, may be in love with you, may have a family with you, or want a family with you, or there could be something in regards to your guys' connection that they're trying to heal and maybe pursue something with you. They may be trying to kind of detach from it a little bit, but it just feels like they're trying to, like, think about things. How about person B? The Moon in reverse, the World in reverse. Person B feels like they're fearing something, or they feel like they can't listen to their intuition properly around something that is unfinished between the two of you. Like something that they're afraid of, or something that makes them nervous, or something that they haven't told you or you haven't told them. It's like person B is definitely like sketchy about something. Let's see. Very well. What will Jordan want between us after his retreat? Seven of Wands and the Five of Pentacles. I'm feeling like he's kind of putting up his defenses a little bit. Like he feels like he needs to. Either he's afraid to be left, or he feels like he has to disassociate for some reason. It feels like he's trying to protect something. It could be like like his own internal emotional wound of some sort, or some kind of financial issue maybe. But I feel like he's kind of pulling back, maybe a little defensive, or like putting a wall between the two of you. Anna R., what can I expect in love? Ugh. I would avoid an older earth sign, or just an earth sign like a plague. King of Pentacles in reverse and the Two of Swords. There could be a man, somebody who's an earth sign archetype, but somebody who's trying to use you either for status, money, who knows, whatever it is, or trying to make peace with you because they want something from you. So I would say be careful. Christine Louise, I'm arranging an art exhibition in a couple of weeks. How will it go? The Eight of Cups, the Strength in reverse. Another one for that. The Six of Pentacles in reverse. You could feel like you're not necessarily like getting what you want. You could be like, it could make you kind of like, be like, I don't know. I don't know how I really felt about that. Like, I feel like I need to rethink things, or maybe I need to do things differently next time, or maybe I want to do this instead. It's definitely going to have you question some things. You could feel like you didn't really make the money that you wanted, or you feel like you didn't really get like the feedback that you wanted per se. I don't think it'll be terrible or anything like that. I just think that it's going to make you like really think about things. And then let's see. And then we have Stacy Boyer. Just had Daniel come towards me very fast. Some people are like that. I get it. He's attracted, and so am I. And when I said that I told him to come real, he did do what I asked, but isn't real. Okay, did you have a question? Wait. Did you have a question? I don't know if you had a question. I'm going to go ahead and do S's. S, what are Capricorn's current thoughts and feelings? Thank you, thank you. Show me the thoughts and feelings for S. Six of Swords, the Temperance in reverse. They're kind of losing their patience, or they're not really happy with how something is going. Either the way that you guys have attempted to resolve something, or move on from something. Let me put it like this. If you guys have moved on from the situation, they're not happy with that. The way that maybe you guys have tried to resolve a situation, they're not happy with that. So they're kind of discontent with something. Stacy Boyer, what are his intentions? Let me see. Three of Cups in reverse, Ace of Swords. What's the Three of Cups in reverse? The King of Cups. The Ace of Wands. Queen of Swords, the Hermit. Okay. Well, I definitely don't think that he wants to be just friends. I don't want to say that this is a third party, because that King of Cups is on the Three of Cups in reverse. Then we have the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands. At first I thought, okay, God, third party, two aces. How do I feel about this, right? But I don't want to jump right to that, because it's making me feel like this is somebody who doesn't want to be just friends. Three of Cups is like, I want to be just friends. Being that it's in reverse and the King of Cups is clarifying it, it's more so making me feel like this is somebody who wants to be in love and wants to be loved. This is somebody that wants to like be honest with you, wants to have sex with you. You know, I'm just going to be honest. With that Queen of Swords in reverse and the Hermit, this could be somebody who feels like you're kind of keeping things to yourself a little bit, but I'm feeling like they want to kind of pull it out of you. So that's what I got. I want to pull an advice for that. I got House 9. This is like talking about like your higher self. Like, what does your higher self say? You know, about like your faith. Very well. Jordan and I broke up. Is our connection fading off, or will we reconcile romantically in the future? Thank you. How's this going to go? The Six of Wands in reverse. It could draw some like unwanted attention, or it can make you guys feel like the two of you are still kind of hanging on to this, or things aren't really changing in the way that you guys want to, and it's like you're not even really giving it attention. It's kind of like lingering there. Yeah, the Hangman in reverse, like nothing's really happening. It's just kind of laying there, like laying there in limbo. You know what I mean? Yeah, Nine of Wands in reverse. Oh God, all these reversals. It's just Nine of Wands in reverse, the Fool in reverse, with the Page of Swords in the upright. It's like nobody's really doing anything. Nobody's really doing anything. There's just spying going on, whether that's like watching tarot or looking at your Instagram story or asking people about you. nothing is really changing. Everything is kind of staying the same. Death in reverse, Hangman in reverse, the Fool in reverse. And then it's interesting with that Page of Swords there, because there's a lot of like looking, but not a lot of doing. You know what I mean? So that's what I got for you. And let me pull an advice message for you. South Node. This is about like needing to let go of something, like genuinely needing to release something for real. Thank you so much, S, for that extra $3. I greatly appreciate you. All right, you guys, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for coming. I love all of you, and please enjoy the rest of your night. Rick, thank you for being such a badass, and thank you for being here for me. I greatly appreciate you, and you guys enjoy the rest of your night. Bye.